All right. We're back. Don't worry. Don't worry. The guild's still open. Yep. Man. Been gone a while, haven't I? A whole ass week. Can you believe it? I certainly can't. Oh, God, man. Whew. What a Gencon. Man. Can you believe it? What a Gencon. Yeah. Gencon? Oh, I don't know. I wasn't there. What's up, Brooklyn? What's going on in Daria? Good morning, Guapo. Garth, and thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, it was good. It was really good. Yeah, it was really unexpectedly nice.
He disappeared for a whole week.
I know, right?
And suddenly we can see the sketch table and his monitor.
You always can. Yep, that's right. That's right. And everything's different. Actually, a couple things are different about the stream. Specifically the audio. So I need the mods to help me today listen to the audio and make sure it's all good, because I think I fixed some problems, by the way. The problems that I fixed was this. This is the problems. Yep. I've been having some issues with my audio. And the day before I left, after stream, I was recording my videos for when I was gone, having some problems. And I tried removing my amp booster thingy, and problem's gone. So we gotta figure it out, man. But I think it's good. So yeah. Good morning, Steve. Good timing. Home from Gen Con has actually got some sleep last night. That's excellent, man. Hope you had a great weekend. Actually, Steve, I want to hear all about it. I'm actually really curious what Gen Con was like. I want to hear all about it from you and Atari and Kitty and the Dragon's Claim Guild members that went. Because it seemed like a good one. People seem to be having fun this time around, which was cool. But no, the trip home was great. I won't get into too many specifics, but it was good. Saw a family that we haven't seen in a long time. Like a long time. I took my first trip out there ever. I've never actually been to Saskatchewan before, which is hilarious, but also kind of a joke in Alberta. There's no reason to ever go east in Canada from Alberta. So I made it 35 years without ever having to drive into Saskatchewan, but went to Saskatoon, which is cool, and that area around there, kind of the central Saskatchewan. Still have not been to the butthole dumpster of Saskatchewan, which is the town south of Saskatoon called Regina. So that place is a crap hole, apparently. I don't know. I had fun. It was great. We saw family we hadn't seen in a long time. Ella got to go back to her ancestral homeland for decades. In fact, as a kid, Ella would make the trip out with her dad every year in the car. The two of them would go drive out there together, and sometimes they meet her mom there, who would fly because she has work and stuff. And yeah, so Ella got a lot of like road trip, nostalgia and stuff, going through the different towns and whatnot with me, and it was fun. It was great. Got to see family that yeah, it was good. I don't have like a very big family on my end. My side of the family, very small. At my wedding, I was related to 2 people by blood, and that was my brother and my dad. So I don't have a lot of family on my side. Definitely not. So Ella's family is not huge, but it's compact. It's nice. It's really great. Extended family, on her mom's side. So we went and saw them, and it was really lovely, and yeah, I don't know. I saw some of her cousins that I haven't seen in years that I deeply love, and I don't know. It was just like it felt like a bit of an emotional reset. Got a big old hug from some of the people that I haven't seen in a long time, and that like feeling of a good hug still hasn't gone away. So it's pretty nice, man. I had a great time. Had to do a bunch of other family stuff while we were there. Some of it good, some of it not so good. You know how things are, dealing with the whole progression of the family. But no, it was really nice to see, and I was really glad that we went out there. I was apprehensive when we were going as to what kind of trip it would be, but it turned out to be pretty phenomenal. So yeah, I'm feeling good about it. Call Blaze in here. He is Audio Man. Is he? I thought that he was he's Video Guy. He's evolving? Oh shit, okay, man. Whitney says that Ella seriously undercharges. I had to lend her 2 sets of dice to play with, as she doesn't like playing with her own. Damn. Ella, you hear that? You hear that shit, Ella? Whitney said you're undercharging. That's amazing. Ella, so you know, actually, Steve, Ella's been following Whitney on her dice journey for a long time, before she started making dice. Actually, Whitney was one of the inspirations to get into it. So, to be very honest, that would probably break her brain that Whitney used her dice. That's actually kind of huge, kind of hilarious. I will, if she's not listening to stream right now, I'll tell her that, and oh man, she's gonna probably freak out. So that's cool, dude. Wait, what were you doing? What were you playing games? Did you like have a whole bunch of campaigns or some shit, or what? Happy Smogus to you too, Sabine. That's right. Smogus has begun. We have dragons to draw. This month is going to be a killer month. I have so many cool things to do. Oh my god. I'm so ready. We got dragons. We got hot Eldar characters for the summer. We got sponsored posts. We got what else we got, man? We got fucking cool ass locations. Dude, this is gonna be a rad month. I'm really excited for it. But yeah, man, I hope you guys had a good week, whatever y'all doing. Some of you are at Gen Con, obviously. Atari. I haven't caught up in the Discord with what the Chronicles of the Guild in Horizon. So I got to do that. I haven't, I got home yesterday and was completely wiped. I was completely wiped out yesterday. So I didn't do shit, and I haven't seen shit because I told Ella in the car ride there that I would lock my phone and I wouldn't do shit on it. I wouldn't write, I wouldn't do work, I wouldn't do DMs, I wouldn't do nothing. So I've been out of the loop for almost a week now. So I gotta today after stream just breathe in and see all the things I missed. Did anybody get canceled while I was gone? Did anything cool happen? Because I haven't kept up with shit. You know, like the Gen Con news or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what happened at Gen Con. I don't know what happened on the internet. I don't know what happened with anything. So I gotta get reacquainted with things. Time to get the Necromancer Steel. Time to get your ass Steel in the guild hall for some D&D. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. I have speedrun writing a year-long campaign before the end of the month. Good. You hit 350 km. I think I hit about the same. I was 340-ish. No, that was actually before the weekend, so I might have hit 350 with you, Guapo. That's awesome, man. I'm proud of you. That's really dope. We got to do the lore. I know you guys said you didn't want a whole big lore thing this time. You just wanted a walking challenge. I know we talked about it, but I still made some lore up that I want to post to the guild, the walking challenge in a day or two, or whatever, and end the journey properly and show the badge or whatever. How did Vishojo get worse? Weren't they? They were already dead to rights when I was fucking gone. Okay, all right. You have my attention. That's okay, Ella. Go do what you got to do. When Kitty sat down to play, it didn't take less than 3 minutes before they were in 100% EBA shill mode. Wow, dude, that's nice. Thanks for going EBA shill mode. That's real kind of you. I hope you guys had fun in the middle of your shilling. 122 kilometers for July. It's pretty good, Garthan. It's pretty good, man. Otherwise, haven't heard anything. That's fair. Critical Role announcement will be a player for their campaign 4. Brendan Lee Mulligan will be the GM. Yeah, so that's right. That's right. I did hear about that. In passing, that Matt will not be DMing the next campaign. How do we feel about this? Because I don't feel good about it at all. I don't. I am optimistic though. Listen, I trust Critical Role. I trust their judgment. I trust the brand. I trust the people. I like Critical Role as a brand, as a company, as a for-profit company that makes things with the intention of making money in the wilderness. I think that they are one of the better ones. I've always liked Critical Role, and I do trust them. I've been worried that they were going a little bit downhill as far as the breaks, and the cast was mixing it up, and they had different people here and there, and the getting people in, whatnot, not as guests but as replacements, and they're gone for whatever. And I get Sam was gone, but other people were gone too, and it's been a little like not good. Like I was a little like, ooh, what's happening with the whole brand? But it seems like their reveals, their announcements, Daggerheart, Darrington Press, getting on Merles and Perkins. No, not Merles. Perkins and who's the other guy? Who's the other guy that came over from Wizards? Anyway, those two guys. That's great. So honestly, after this weekend, it seems like they're pretty, all concerns of Critical Role kind of settling off, I think are kind of waved off. And if those weren't waved off and Matt wasn't DMing the campaign, I'd be pretty nervous. But I guess they're doing pretty well, and they're just trying to switch it up a little bit. They're gonna be different, but probably won't be the same. Yeah. We played D&D with some non-Dragon's Claim members, but Kitty the Evangelist soon got them converted. All right, good. That's what I like to hear. Yep. I think it's great. Brendan's amazing. How do I feel about this? I'm unsure, but I feel like Matt needs a break. He's got the animated series, Daggerheart, especially being Forever GM. How many years now is essentially weekly? Yeah, good point. I mean, yeah, I can kind of get that, I suppose. Not a huge Critical Role fan, so I don't have strong feelings, to be honest, but it seems like Matt is very excited to get to play with his friends. Yeah, I hope so. I'd be sure. Yeah, you know what? You're right. That's seems good. All seems good, I suppose. I hope. I think. Personally, don't like Brennan. I find his very annoying, but also haven't followed Critical Role in years. Yeah, I've never watched Brennan Mulligan, Mr. Lee Mulligan, Mr. Mulligan. I don't know the denotion of names in there. Is Lee a middle name? Is it Lee Mulligan, Mr. Lee Mulligan, Mr. Mulligan, whatever. I don't know if GM Master Mulligan is my cup of tea. I haven't watched him play anything. I don't know. He seems a little more on the silly side of things from what I can see from clips and stuff, but that might just be what people like to clip. So, optimistic. Like, I'm going to give Critical Role Campaign 4 an absolute shot. I'm going to try and stay up to date with it weekly, watching along. I'm going to try and finish every single episode by the next Thursday that it comes out, or whenever it drops on fucking YouTube, because I'm not fucking watching that shit live on Twitch. Are you kidding me? And I'm gonna keep up with it. I'm gonna try and keep up with it for at least, like, I'm gonna try and keep up for at least 30 episodes. If I'm having a hard time by keeping up by episode 30, then it's not keeping me interested, then I'll drop it. But I'm gonna give it a good 30 episodes to try and, I want to make some art for it. I like Critical Role as like a cultural kind of like center point for the D&D community. I think it's pretty good. Just like Plucci. What's up, dude? I allow my players to use the Astral Knight class if they wish. Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? Oh wait, the class isn't done and hasn't been published and doesn't have the leather-bound version of it. Shit. You can try, man. At this point, their campaign is such a small portion of their income. I'm fine with them switching it up and focusing on other things. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the campaign in some ways is like a monitor for the health of the project, rather than just their like income or anything like that, So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it though. It reminds me that the firm's charity benefit thingy has refreshed, so I'm off to donate to the Critical Role Foundation and make them match it. That is rad, Sabina. That's good shit. That's good shit right there. I don't know what the Critical Role charity thing is, but they used to do like a charity for like reading and programs or something like that. I don't know. I haven't paid attention to Critical Role's charity efforts in a long time. They might not be doing that anymore. I don't fucking know. Want to give it a shot too? Yeah, I think we should. I think it'll be good. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to have something weekly to watch. And I don't know. They said it's a new world, though, right? I think they said it's a new world. I don't know how I feel about that. How do you feel about leaving Exandria? They could go either way. They could go really cool and I could be really excited and really thrilled by the new direction, the new world they're going, or I could be completely disgusted and off put by it if it's some silly ass shit. So I guess we'll see. Maybe because I'm good friends with several people over at the Critical Role side of things, maybe this is the first collaboration project between Critical Role X Evan Blair Art, and they're going to be playing in the Realms of Eldara. And I've been keeping this under wrap for 7 months. I guess you guys have to find out in October. It's not sustainable. The idea that these middle-aged people who want to do new things, have kids, live their lives, and be bound by the public to do this weekly episode of 4 hours doesn't seem appetizing. The quality decreases because of the pressure, I think. Campaign 3 is evident to that, in my opinion. Yeah, well, you know, I could see that. I would think that it would be, what I would prefer is a more condensed, more concentrated version of it. So, I'd rather see a shorter campaign than a super long, multi-year, whatever, with other people. Because, like, I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of a lot of the, like, professional D&D players out there. I've seen a lot of them. There's a few of them I really like. A lot of them I'm like, I could pass on, you know. So it's like I really liked the guy who played Dorian. I liked him. He was great. I also really like the chick who she voices Symmetra in Overwatch. Don't remember her name. Don't remember anybody's name. I like a couple of people, you know. I like a bunch of people, but there's also a lot of people that sort of join the campaign where I'm like, you know, okay, it's like a little like one-off thing. Like, that's fine. But if they're kind of like expanding to the other side of the general D&D professional crowd, I don't know. I might not be on that. Foundation provides reading and education support in under-resourced communities in Los Angeles, childhood cancer, a school in India, and emergency funds for like when half of California was on fire. Oh, that's cool. So they manage their own like charity fund thing then. That's pretty cool. Thought they just like siphoned it through or whatever. Anjali, she DMs a Desi D&D stream for fun. Wait, what is that? Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen her. Last thing I saw her do, I think, was the Deadwood game like years ago or whatever. But I remember I really liked her. I thought she was cool. And then I really liked the Dorian Storm bro. Whatever his fucking name was. I don't remember. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'm optimistic. Yeah. Is that like the biggest news out of Gen Con? Did I miss anything from Gen Con besides that? Is there like a massive release? Did WotC announce the end of D&D? Did Battletech announce? I don't know what Battletech could have announced, actually. Yeah. Wait, who else does stuff that I care about? Oh, shit. You excited, Penguin? Yeah, me too. We'll see if we'll see if this Brennan Lee Mulligan guy is good enough to DM a game in Eldara. We'll see if I let him run a campaign in the realms of Eldara. We'll see what happens. Indian, Pakistani, and Bangladeshi people. Oh, that's the region then? Okay, I see. I'm not familiar with the terminology then, but makes sense. Cool. That's pretty rad, man. Let's check that out then, because I really like her as a player. But she'd be a really good DM. So I don't think he yearns for his players TPK enough to run a game in Eldara. Ooh, yeah, that's right. Maybe he's too soft. Yeah, that's right. Maybe his DM, he's too soft. He's not a real gamer if he's not willing to kill his players off. Ooh, that sucks, man. Not good enough to be a real gamer and play in the realms of Eldara. Too soft. Oh well. It's his addition. Yeah. Okay, DMing Critical Role is his addition for Eldara campaign. Well, we'll see how he does. We'll see how he does. Okay, we'll keep our expectations high. And we'll see if he can deliver, and see if he gets to be the first Realms of Eldara DM. Because if it's not him, well, you know, yep, that's about it. That's whew, man. Yeah, there's not a long line there, but shit, we just got to make Eldara a big fucking thing. I had to explain what I did to multiple family members on Ella's side over the weekend. And you know what? They thought it was cool. Like, I've never had family be like, oh, that's dumb. You're dumb. You should stop doing this thing because that's dumb. I've had a couple of family members say that, but not real. I mean, like, who cares? They're old. Like, whatever. You know, okay, boomer. I've had a lot of people confused as to what I do and what my plans are. But like when I saw my dad's wife's side of the family, around Christmas, they're all super nice and super supportive, but they don't really get it. They're like, okay, that's say, man, if you're happy, like, okay, kid, like, go off and go chase dragons or whatever. But this side, but I was kind of, you know, they were like, oh, so Evan, what are you doing? What are you working on recently? I'm like, oh God, how do I explain this? And they all thought it was really cool. They all were asking questions about it. They're all really excited. They all were like, oh my God, so when's the first movie come out? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know, 5 years? I don't know, man. You know, we'll see. But you know what's cool? One of my little baby cousins, he's grown up to be a little bit of a nerd. That's right. Yep. He's a sports boy, plays hockey, plays football, plays basketball, and he's a real cool kind of guy. You know, he's a cool dude. He's like 15, super cool, you know, smooth with the ladies in his school, getting after it, going to the gym, total bro. You know, all set up. He's a really cool kid because he's like set up in life. He's like knows where he wants to go. Engineer, cute girl, Toyota Tundra, ranch in the middle of nowhere. He knows what he wants in life, and it's awesome. But I didn't know he was like a Lord of the Rings nerd. He was a total Lord of the Rings nerd, which was cool because I was like, if anyone's gonna think it's fucking stupid and like what I do, it's gonna be him. And so I'm kind of like talking to the family, like I like glance over it a little bit, and I'm like, oh God, I'm just waiting for, because he's like, you know, he's like kind of, he's really good, he's great, he's really respectful, super nice, super like really a great fucking kid, man. And I'm like, oh God, I've lost his respect, because he'd always like kind of, you know, he's kind of, we talk about bro stuff and whatnot and working out and getting fit, and I'm like, oh God, he's gonna lose all respect for me. Oh no, after this. But he was like super into it, and I found out that he's actually building the Eye of Sauron tower in Minecraft. And I know there's a Lego set, and I'm tempted to spend $600 buying him a Lego set. To help facilitate his Lord of the Rings journey. I'm tempted to just send it to him, man. It's there. It's bubbling beneath the surface, you know? His mom might have a fucking fit, but I don't know. Congrats on Eldara X Gencon. Atara, you are the last Saskatchewan pirate now. Exactly. Yep, Samurai gets it. Samurai. That's a great song. That is a great song. Actually, that's a deep fucking reference, Samurai. But I got it. Welcome back, man. What's going on? How you doing, Samurai? Play some puck. Major Junior going to the show. It's so rad. Yeah, he's real good. He plays right wing. I think it was right wing, but I don't know if he's going. I don't know if he's taking it super serious anymore. He's up there. He's real fucking good. And like, no one's gonna get this, but Penguin. You have to know hockey to know what I'm about to say. Penguin, he's good even among Saskatchewan juniors. That's like top of the fucking, yeah, that's fucking top crop, man. So I don't know if he's gonna pursue it professionally. He's not grown as much as he wants. I don't know if he'll be as tall as he wants. He's like 5'10" at 15. I think he'd be fine, but I don't know. He really wants to go be an engineer, so we'll see what he does. He might play some college hockey, some NCAA, get a little scholarship and go get his NG degree, and then who knows what, you know, who knows. But yeah, he's a cool kid. It was great to see the fam and catch up with some of them and see them, and like yeah, there's two cousins that are totally like big sisters. I love them so much, man. I love those, dude. They're so cool. I just, dude, I already miss them. It's fucking, all right. Well, anyway, is this what people with actual families feel like? Yeah, that's cool. And then he is one of those two cousins' sons, so maybe I'll try and facilitate his nerd journey and buy him a giant Lord of the Rings fucking Lego set or whatever. When I asked for his EP page, because that could dox you, but that rules. Like, actually, though, yeah, he's doing pretty well. But yeah, there's lots of cool stuff to do for Eldar, and I was even telling them about the fam, about some of the things that I got going on, the game, the trading cards, the whatever, all kinds of shit. And they were like, they're pretty intrigued by that. So guys, I gotta make a fucking movie now. They all think that I'm gonna make a movie. I think I'm gonna be the next George Lucas. So we gotta figure out how to get a movie trilogy started in like 5 years. So we got to get a Realms of Eldar movie on the Kickstarter or whatever. You know, maybe I'll just do it the same way that the Epic guy did his musical. I'll just do that for movie or whatever. I don't know, man. Oh, jeez. Just get people to make animatics of the Eldar movie until I can run a big enough Kickstarter that I can make a movie out of it or whatever. You know, that's... Oh, God, yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Anyway, so it's going to be great. So I've returned from the excursion, exhausted, but emotionally recharged. Physically fucking exhausted, because did you know they have beaches out there? You know they have fucking lakes with beaches in Canada? Bro, it was like 30 degrees out. We're just sitting at a beach. I'm sitting there sunburning on a fucking lawn chair being like, what the fuck country am I in right now? Wait, what the hell? We got lakes in Canada? Jeez, dude. Holy. So I'm physically exhausted. But anyway, there's a lot of cool stuff to do this month. So the first Eldar related things, I think I want to do some city design today. I want to do a little concept art in the next couple of days and do a couple of little things like that to ramp back up into whatnot. But very, very soon, the trading cards will be done. Very, very soon the trading cards will be done. I've done my first package tests before we left. And I think I'm going to fully package the first alpha test print run before the week is over, so I can officially open pre-orders. Right. My dumb project that I don't know why I'm doing and I don't know why anybody's excited about, but we're doing it nonetheless. So to start off for the week, we need to do another little speed painting. Another one. Because if I don't get enough speed paintings done, I don't know what happens, but it's not good.
Whisper me.
It's not good. Migs, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you this week for not considering me your prime option, but a full-on tier 1. What's up, bro? How you doing? How you doing? What's good? Thanks for this resub, man. How you been? Migs, did you do anything fun over the last week? Did you go to Gencon? Were you doing the Gencon thing with everyone else? Because oh boy, I wish I was there. Oh yeah, how does my mic sound today? By the way, does it sound better than it has? Because I have been trying my absolute best to ensure that... Ooh, where are we? That my quality was up from last week and from the last fucking year. So it's not noticeable, not detectable, whatever, that's fine too. That's fine. What is going on here with our rocks and whatnot? Okay. Weird. Merge. Down? No. What the fuck is going on, man? That I need to make a new layer. Okay. Alright, now I know what happened. Now we're good. We're gonna call this one 9. I don't know how I like was coloring out of the lines in the last one, but it kind of threw everything off, so we'll just use this one. That's fine. Ooh, that's exactly how it happens, I guess. Sound just as pleasant to the ear as always? Okay, good. Well, here's the thing. I think there were some problems in the recording side of things. And so I had this little preamp thingy attached to my microphone because basically microphones that are really good, like this one, are very gain heavy. You need to really crank them up because they're very quiet. That's good for a lot of reasons that I won't get into, but it also makes it a bit tough. Because if you crank up the gain too much on it, you crank up the volume on it, then it starts to get staticky. Because if you do it from the computer side of things, not good. So you need a physical gain cranker upper, which is one of these. People will know like either a cloud lifter or a FET head or whatever. And this is the one that I could afford because this is the one I could get in Canada like 3 or 4 years ago. But I think it's starting to like fritz out or whatever. So I tried removing it and just cranking the gain up on the actual audio interface, and it seems fine. It seems fine. Recording videos, all the problems that I was having are gone. So, you know. Oh, God. That hurt. Okay. Oh, man. Closing the window, bro. What's up, Danny? What's going on, man? I As a royal suite, I got back from 4 weeks paid vacation, so I did not go to Gencon, unfortunately. Damn, bro. Damn, you're not going to Gen Con with your 4 weeks paid vacation? What are you doing with your 4 weeks paid vacation then? Just straight chilling? Who the fuck chills out like that? People with paid time off? Man, what's that like? Holy, could you imagine? Could you imagine? I can imagine. I can imagine quite imaginatively, honestly. Oh, wait, and I record. No, record button. There we go. Will the tower can totally imagine a lich living at the top of this thing, or even something at someone who sees in prophetic dreams. Ooh, why is that a thing? Why prophetic dream seeing? Like, I'm down with it. I just don't understand necessarily. But I kind of like it, Garthen. I don't mind it anyway. Prophetic dream seeing. You know what? Towers are the best thing in D&D that you can have an adventure in. I don't care if people say dungeons get bent. Fuck the dungeons, man. Go to a tower. You'll have more fun. Counting the days until I can finally leave this horrible job behind. Danny, it's time. 100% fully funded on your art career. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see it happen. It is time to go off into the wild. You have no responsibilities in life, no one counting on you. And as a young adventurer, now is the time for you to go off and claim your destiny as a... I mean, whatever, I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna do next. To be fair, I'm just kind of shit talking, so... Blue cherry blossoms are out for delivery. They're still not there, really? Oh, shit, okay. I would have thought they would gotten there last week when we were gone, but... Damn it, United States Postal Service. Damn it. Well, you guys better get in there pretty quick, because if Smoking Glue Guns has told Ella that she's massively undercharging for her dice, then you best fucking believe Ella is going to rectify that, so... Holy, can you imagine? You have to feel with a singular monolithic structure like something on a tarot card. Yeah, the idea of the tarot cards were floated pretty seriously last week. I don't quite know how I feel about it just yet. I think it'd be fun, it'd be cool, but I don't know, man. It seems like a lot of work. I'd have to be able to like combo it into something else that I'm doing Eldar related to make them into tarot cards. I'm not quite sure what that would be, really. So, you have to give me some suggestions for a full tarot deck. Working in the warehouse, it's so much safer than in the chemical industry. Ooh, I bet. Subpar safety equipment. Below standard standards. I've heard a great deal of mixed things in that vein, so that is fair enough. That's fair enough. How to make a cruddy puppet? For your D&D game? What? I'm confused. Now we're telling stories in D&D through puppets? Alright, I won't judge. People have their dice calendars in order, not sure when orders close for the year at Blackwood Dice. I think she might only have 2 slots left, and I think that she's gonna just keep them open until September, or whenever those slots sell out. I don't know. Like, she's definitely gone through a bunch of pre-orders for her calendars so far, so I don't know exactly what she's thinking or wanting to do for them. But I do know that she's got a lot of fucking dice to make. So whatever that turns into, you know? Whatever that looks like. We are going to attempt a monochromatic-ish piece. Okay? We're going to attempt something different for our next tower. I know. Still not venturing away from towers. We're not drawing the Moonrise Tower. That's a Baldur's Gate thing, please. Do I look like a Baldur's Gate 3 player? Do I look like an unshowered book talk girly? I'm kidding. Relax. Holy shit, relax, man. You guys can't take a fucking joke. God damn. Not all Baldur's Gate 3 are emotionally deprived book talk girlies. Come on. Come on now. Let's be serious about this. Oh, okay, never mind. Dirty gets. Yeah, okay. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Well, I'm trying, okay? I showered, get bent. Minimum wages and workload. Oh, that's tough. That's tough, Danny. Time to get your art career going. Let's go. Commission's open. VGen started or whatever. I don't know how artists make money these days. What would I do if I was a brand new artist, just like coming into the industry today, professionally? Where would I start? Would I start with VGen? Would I start with coffee commissions? Probably start by doing a whole fuckload of fan art, unless I had my own project I cared about. That's probably the responsible thing to do anyway. Thanks for bits though, Jerry. I appreciate it. It was cool. I've taken them to a place called the Twilight Citadel, where the Shadowfell and the Feywild have a temporary truce. Ooh. How popular is it to have like the certain D&D concepts like Shadowfell and Feywild be a thing in your adventure? Is this like a common thing? Does everybody have it? Because I feel like I've been hearing more things recently. It could be just in my campaign, because Ashley has Shadowfell and stuff like that. How much of the D&D sphere of D&D things do you think is the normal way to build your campaign now these days? I don't know. The question was posed to me at Ren Fair like 3 weeks ago. Why I didn't use a lot of D&D stuff. And I didn't have a great answer that I could give that person in like 30 seconds or whatever. Guapo, thanks for the 32 months, man. I appreciate it. Or sorry, 52 months. How do I say 32? 52 months, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Guapo. Thanks, man. Ears Burdened on Sunday was talking to certain people about you, about how much we adore you. Oh, you. Oh, you. How is the whole crew doing there, B-Town? Wait, why was everybody at Gencon? What? Wait, what? What? What were y'all doing over there? Were there plans that I didn't know about? Things that were happening? Show-related nonsense to be nonsensed? Alright. Alright. I won't ask too many questions, alright? I won't demand answers today. Tagmandari. Oh shit, Faye was at Gen Con this year, was she? Well, I guess, yeah, yeah. Makes sense. I still, man, I'm getting more and more serious about going to Gen Con every fucking year. I really hope this is the year that Ella gets into the vendor section. She's been on the wait list long enough that they told her that, or somebody told her that she basically had a really good chance of getting into Gen Con this last year. Just didn't happen for whatever reason. So I don't know, man. Maybe next year, maybe 2026 will be the year. I'll run a game while Ella's doing dice related things. Really cool, man. At least I'm hoping. Ooh. Alright, we're gonna try some speed painter shit here. I'm gonna see if I can LARP as a real painter. I went and did a deep dive on some concept art last night for a silly little project.
I got a hype train notification on my phone. Evandral Gold Blood Orb.
Wait, what? How'd you get a notification? I'm so confused. Alright. Thanks for the tier 3 for 64 months. That's how long I've been streaming for, apparently. Thanks for farming channel points more efficiently. My group, we are established setting like Faerun, Edge of the Empire, or Eberron, so our awesome GM doesn't get stressed and burn out from planning. We want him to have the ability to pull resources from Reddit, nerds, and homebrew on the side. So, do you play in like a official kind of like setting, like Sword Coast, whatever, or do you just take certain things from D&D that you like the Feywild, for instance? Because I agree, it's really nice to play in established settings like Star Wars. I always loved that if I wanted to take my players to a planet, they kind of all know exactly where they were and what they were doing. If I said you guys are in, you know, the lower levels of Coruscant or like a Mustafarian cave or whatever, they all kind of knew what was going on. If I said you visit this temple on Tython, they knew precisely where they were, which is good. It is a bit of a reprieve sometimes from the DMing burnout thing. I don't know. I don't really feel that DM burnout all that often, so.
Hi, Mr.
I don't
Blair.
know what the
I'm
fix
calling
is.
about your car's extended warranty.
Ah, Garth, thank you for considering me your prime option this month, man. I appreciate that. Thanks, dude. What's up, man? What's good? Didn't know you were there, or I would have met up as well. Yeah, for real, right? Come on, Dragon's Claim meet up and no one even knew that the game was being run? Oh shit, it's my fault. Aim for 2027, seriously, the Indy finish the downtown... Let Indiana finish the downtown construction. Oh, okay. I see. I've heard mixed things about the location, venue, whatever, Indianapolis, all of that nonsense for Gencon, so... You know what? Fair enough. I'm not going to worry about it too much, I suppose. I would like to go, though. I know it's kind of the place to be for everyone. Then again, maybe I'll just take my cool self and just be off in the wilderness alone. And not go to Gen Con, go to Eldaracon. Pull a Nintendo, a Blizzard? I don't know what company basically said fuck E3 after BlizzCon. Microsoft? Somebody said fuck E3. Not that I'm mad at Gen Con or anything. Not that there's any reason for me to be mad at it. It's just cool to do your own thing, man. You know? Construction was fun. As long as you show up before 9 a.m., you're good. What time is the con hall open, and what time do people get there? So, for instance, at BlizzCon day 1, it opened at like 9 or something, and the opening ceremony was like 10 or something, and we'd all get there at like 7. Which was awesome. I loved that shit. I loved waiting for BlizzCon to open every morning. Well, not every morning, every year. You only like, you know, you only rush to get there the first time. But to be fair, if it has like a vendor hall, I guess I'd be there earlier with Ella. So we'd probably get there really early. We always get to conventions super early whenever we're running things, vending, whatever, doing shit. We have a table. We're always there super early. But say we play in established settings and sprinkle in small towns or caves to spice things up. Not that we know, though, because we're good at avoiding looking into the setting. That's reasonable, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. The hall is huge, but a small part of the actual con itself. How much to do? The hotels have events. It's entirely possible to go to Gen Con, not go to the exhibit hall at all. Really? So do people show up to the Gen Con, like, city events that don't even have tickets for the convention? Is that, like, a thing now? I heard people do that for Anime Expo in LA. All the fucking weebs that go there to play their gamble games with their waifu simulators or whatever the weebs do these days. I don't know. Come on, man. I'm not a weeb anymore. Do I look like a weeb? What's one thing I've done that's weebish? That's what I thought. What I fucking thought, okay? Play D&D. The least weeby thing you could do. Because we all know D&D's a furry game, so. Gundam shirt. That's a good point. Yeah, that's fair enough. Gencon takes over hotels attached around the convention center. Events are ran from there, and they have HQs in all of them. You have to have a badge to attend those events. Oh, I see. So those are official events then still. Okay. Then 15 minutes walking through the vendor hall, overwhelming. I left as soon as I could. Alright. Alright, fair enough. Well, look, I want to try and do a substantial Gen Con trip as a vendor in the next maybe 2 or so years. Ella and I have a ton of events in Canada, though. planned for next year, which fucking sucks. It's great. It's great. Good problem to have. But it is a little exhausting, I will say. So, not having another one to go to this year was actually kind of fine. Even though I would have loved to go to Gen Con, you know? Even though I love the idea of it. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Actually, I don't know when you know if you're getting into Gen Con or not. I have no idea when you like have that kind of info down. So I wouldn't know when I'd be able to like tell you guys. We're 30k events playing. Artist Eye was top notch this year. Minus you and Ella, of course. I know, right? I know. But I think it's also hard for dice makers to get into it. There's like a billion dice makers out there now. There's a billion dice makers out there. And honestly, it doesn't actually, the competition doesn't hurt Ella at all. If there's like a bunch of dice makers at events, you know the only thing that changes is Ella hears people say, "Wow, you have the best dice here," more often. Like Ella never tries to say in competition with them. A lot of them are really nice, but some of them are a little weird, man. Dice makers are... There's a lot of people who get into dice making because they think it's easy, right? It's like how 3D printing became such a massive thing recently in years. 3D printing became a huge thing. Everybody thinks they can make a fortune printing some shitty dice towers and stuff now, or little dragons or whatever, you know? Mr. Game Expo is next, trying a 5-hour Horizon adventure. How long is the one you do at Gen Con? Is that longer or shorter for you? January is when badges and hotel reservation events release in August. Okay, so I guess we'd know by then, right? We know by the new year. Not as many dice people as years past. More gaming accessories this year. Super cool, fancy trapper keepers for your characters. With spell slots. That sounds cool. You guys like buying Trapper Keeper accessories and gaming-like things for your D&D adventures? Because I certainly fucking don't. I want my character sheet and a book. That's it. That's it. I'm a lean D&D player. Like, keeping it lean. Keeping it easy. Everything has its spot, has a place. I don't need weird spell slot counters and whatever else. Give me the bare bones. 2-hour sessions, part 1 and 2 with an hour break between them. Oh, cool. All right. That's a pretty substantial then upgrade or jump, I guess. May is the event calendar release, but the exhibitor's press submissions can happen anytime. Oh, okay. Do you think I should apply to be like an influencer? What do you think? Because Mendari's lovely boyfriend was talking to me at Gencon or at GameCon, and he said the same thing that M of Blackwater Blackwater D&D, not related to Blackwood Dice fame. M said the same thing. She's like, why don't you just apply to be like a person? I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, you just apply to be a person. How relevant do I have to be to look relevant to Gen Con, to be a person there? Be a person that goes there for things and reasons. I have 20,000 followers on Instagram. Do you think if by next year, by January, I have 50,000, do you think they'll let me be a person there? They'll invite me? Give me a person badge? You're there now? You think so? Are there people less relevant than me on Instagram going to Gen Con for as an influencer? Holy. I had no idea. What if I could get like, dude, what if I could Skamaz my way in here? All right. What if I could run a live play game? All I have to do is if I could convince Quincy, Kevin, the ice cream sandwich, and like Scotty K and like Tank. I could convince them to play a game with me at Gencon. Definitely could get it. Definitely. And I think I could maybe I think I could like listen. I think I could convince Quincy, Scotty, and probably maybe Tank. All right? Tank's my boy, he's local, we're close to each other. Quincy's awesome dude, working with him on a big project. You know? And Scotty, dude, his wife's a huge D&D fan. Super nice person. I love both of them. They've been very supportive. Bro, there's a non-zero chance that I could swing this. Like a big cool-ass Eldar charity game or something? Oh my god. Can you imagine? Be relevant enough, just barely? Just barely relevant enough for them? Alright, man. Creator of Wingspan. They could ask for your total engagement across all platforms and which ones are your primary. Huh. Total engagement across all platforms. Does that mean I need to be a Twitch partner? That probably means that I need to be a Twitch partner. Alright. Boys, how are we gonna get Twitch partner in the next 6 months? I think a lot of people will do the partner push. I don't think that anyone likes me enough to help me do a partner push. I don't think that can happen. You gotta have other streamers that are on board with this shit. You gotta have a chat that's like on board. Okay? And if I said that I was doing a partner push, you guys would not watch my stream just out of spite. So, you know, it's not like Casey. She said she's doing a partner push, her chat was there. Oh, Dusty, thank you for the Prime. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thanks for supporting the stream, and thank you for considering me your Prime option this month. Thanks, Dusty. Welcome to the stream. I like my notebook dice rolls. It's used for pen, notes, books, and dice. Yes, it's just a hipster pencil case. That's fine, man. That's what you need for D&D, all right? You don't need any sort of massive, cool, fancy Wormwood Gaming, huge player DM screen that I want desperately. Shit. Not helping my case here, am I? Yeah, not really. Alright, okay, maybe I do want some gaming accessories. There's certain gaming accessories I want. There's some like Elderwood Academy stuff and some Wormwood Gaming stuff that I really like. I gotta make like a Blackwood dice leather dice tray or something for Ella. So, we shall see. Your Alaska will arrive in Sitka in roughly 3 hours. That's awesome, Croc. Hope you have a great time there, man. You had a great trip. That's a cool little summer excursion. It's a road trip that I think is probably really beautiful. Being able to go up through BC and Yukon and to Alaska. Oh yeah, man. I have relatives that do that trip fairly often on their motorcycles, which is pretty cool. So, have a good time, man. Hope you have the most fun ever. Doing all the teaching thing. Teaching little peepos. All the way up in Alaska. Elderwood Academy, that's the brand that people buy, the fancy Trapper Keepers. Yes. There you go. That's the one that I want. I have one Elderwood Academy thing, and it was given to us as part of a little friendly dice trade. Alright? Friendly dice trade that our friends at Norse Foundry did. They had these cool Elderwood Academy dice boxes, books thingies, and they gave us one for a mini set of stone dice that they had given us in trade for a set of Ella's something, Cherry Blossoms, Geodes. I don't remember what it was. It was like last year at Gencon, so I was very impressed. Definitely a fan of the Elderwood Academy stuff after having seen it. So, pretty rad, man. Okay, glowing runes. We've done the important thing now. Everything else after we have glowing runes is secondary. We've basically made this a proper Eldara piece of art. Once it glows, that's we're basically there. We're good. Wait, how much time do I have on this? 6 minutes. Oh shit. I only have 6 minutes on it. Oh my god. Oh my god, I have to do so much in 6 minutes. This is barely even done. I'm so slow, I'm lagging. Also, my hand really hurts. Ah, fuck. No. We persevere, we prevail. Okay. Details. We'll focus on the foreground. The tower, it's done. Get bent, I don't care. Focus on the foreground details. That's where we go next. Super speedy. Show them you can actually do concept art, Evan. No. Okay, let's not get excited here. Show them you're prone to doing concept art. There we go. There we go. A general disposition of concept art possibility. That guy at Renfair that said that he liked the fact that I didn't do real painting in Go Suck a Lemon. I could do real art too. He thought he was saying a compliment, but it just hurt my feelings, okay? They're very easy to hurt. I had some unhinged YouTube comments. I keep deleting them and then just like not... I should not delete them because we should be able to laugh about them on stream. I keep forgetting. There's a Hall of Fame. Someone said I didn't know how to draw eyes properly. Another person said that I looked like I had wasted all the time I spent on art school and practicing to be an artist. That was nice too. What else was there? I don't know. There's a couple good ones in there. Should really save them. What's up, Alf? I got some art supplies. You ready to go? He's ready. He's ready. All right. We'll see when Miniful is ready, and we'll jam, bro. I'm very excited for this. I'm hoping you guys get a lot out of it. And thank you, Nesto. I appreciate that. Such a cool Xbox PlayStation case. Something like that. What do you mean by real painting? So, the bro basically saw... He saw the what do you say? He saw this piece from me. And he was like, oh man, I love this. I was like, oh, thanks, dude. He's like, yeah, I love how old school and RPG it is. I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, with the line work and the little sketchy stuff there. I'm like, oh, thanks so much, man. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. Like it's nice to see people doing like cool stuff that isn't just that standard garbage you see in video games. I'm like, oh, like what? Like rendered stuff? He's like, yeah, the stuff that's all like messy. I'm like, oh, like the kind of stuff that looks like you're using like a traditional brush. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, the stuff where it's like it looks like you're trying to oil paint but on a digital like tablet. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, why do people do that? That's nasty. He's like, oh yeah, I'm glad to see you don't do that. I was like, yeah, okay, thanks. Oh god, I need to start painting. Oh my god, I need to start painting. Guy lives in my head now. Can't get him out no matter what. Had to go through groceries so I could eat today, leaving the lurk me back. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for leaving the lurk. Thanks for helping on the partner push, Steve. The partner push that I can be relevant enough to get into Gen Con. That's what we're gonna call this. We're gonna call it the Orbathon. We're gonna do the September Orbathon. Get Evan to art school or get Evan to partner so that art school wasn't a waste and he can get into Gen Con next year. There you go. That's what we're doing. Yup. Some drawing books, colored pencils, and watercolor pens, new pencils, and manga pen. Wait, what's a manga pen? What the fuck's a manga pen? Do you mean like a microliner? Wait, what? What is this silliness? What is this nonsense? Manga pen. I've been out of the loop for too long. I don't know what's going on here. Do we attempt to do some glowy green leaves just hanging off here? I think so. I have 45 seconds left before I have to stop doing this painting, or else I have to give 100 subs to chat. Let's see what we can do in 45 seconds, all right? Before our pens have to be placed down. Oh my god, my arm hurts so bad. What the hell? My cousin she's a really good like massage therapist, sports whatever kind of person. She did some shit to my arm while we were gone. She did some things to me. She pushed on places and on nerves in my arm that made me see the fucking the cathedral or whatever, man. Whatever you see before you die. I'm going to do a couple little veins of glowy crack through here. And through our tree. You know, dude, I think I'm going to take a Advil. Actually, see if that helps the pain. They have my ultrasound in a couple weeks here, so maybe we can just push through, make it easier, hey? I think I'm going to go do that after this. We'll see if it works. Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go. All right, good tree. All right. I am over time, but I'm not going to gift the 100 subs. Yeah, there's no excuse. You just get fucked. Look, man, I broke my word. I'll own it. I'll admit it. I'm at a minute 31 or 30. Yep, 31 minutes, whatever. That's fine. If I complain as a band, it's fine. Just. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. Inside it. Yeah, you know. It's fine. I'm not relevant enough to need to keep my word on gifting 100 subs. 25, and this is number 9. Come on. That's a fun one. That was good, bro. Let's end the recording and see how it... Gifted subs don't count towards partner. No subs count towards partner. The only thing that counts towards partner is your concurrent viewership. That's it. That's it. Just your viewership. All right. See how this thing looks. Ooh, that's a lot of bullshit I gotta delete from here. I recorded a lot of audio before I left. Okay. And go. Ooh, that's kind of cool, man. It's okay. That's a good one. I like that. A little bit of an experiment. Interesting. Joy painting. Hope your arm heals up quick. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh. I think I'm gonna go for the expensive injection, I think, in my elbow if I can. I have to get the ultrasound first, and it should fix everything. So people are adding a new sign to my office building, and they're drilling right above your window. Tell them to stop. Yeah, just tell them not to. Do it later when you're not working. The fuck? Why are they doing it now, man? You want your free sub even though I already subbed right now? Well, everyone in chat's already subbed, so it's fine. Yeah, I guess we won't have to give me subs. YouTube partner push. No, the YouTube partner, whatever program thingy, it's just about watch hours, and I think, where am I at? I need to hit this by the end of the year for YouTube partner, which all it just does is some bullshit monetization stuff, which doesn't actually matter. The YouTube partner push, I'm currently at 1,800 out of 4,000 watch hours, so I need to get another 2,200 watch hours by the end of the year. And I'll be able to get the YouTube partner thing. But I'm more thinking about the Twitch partner thing. I think that is where Gencon would care more about. It sounds like I can't rest upon my Instagram following alone, as per what Steve said, that they look at your total, whatever, to decide if you're relevant enough to get invited to Gencon. So, yeah, man. Eldara and Blackwood dice need some play buttons. Dude, I am 9.5% towards my silver play button, Samurai. I have forgotten about that. I am 9.5% of the way there. So there's that. I don't know if I'm gonna care about that, but it's sure fun to think about, I guess. All right, good painting, good painting. Honestly, these have been going well. I've been really enjoying these paintings. We'll see our progress. So that was... Oh, we didn't do a dragon because it's Smaugust. Fuck. I forgot I was supposed to do dragons every morning for the warm-up because it is now the dragon month. Smaugust. Shit, dude. Oh, man. Did I do a dragon today? I'm gonna do a cooldown painting. You should do that as well. We'll see. All right, paintings anyway. So this was last week. All right, or yesterday, stream, and then this was before. Obviously, the tower, and before that, and before that, and before that, and before that, and before that. I like this one. I like how classical this one's color scheme is. And this one, and then the fucking Barren Abyss of Nothing. Cool, man. He's been good. He's been fun to do. Little dives into a speed painting exercise that I'm enjoying. Okay. So need to do some more location concept art. So a couple of things for the next Eldara projects that are stream related projects. I opened up on my coffee. I opened up the Eldara sponsorships section, in which people can sponsor things. And in that, some of the requests that I've hit, I think most of the slots filled immediately. The Alabaster Consortium. So we need to do some deep, dark cathedrals, some spooky looking ghostly priests and enforcers. What else? What else? What else? We need to do the Rokari. So we do some Rokari burrows. Ooh. If we're doing Rokari burrows, are we just going to accidentally make them hobbit holes? Because that might happen. That may happen. If I'm not careful. And then what was the other one? Rokari Consortium and that thing too. So fleshing out the Consortium would actually be really good for the adventure, wouldn't it? Because they're kind of the main villains, aren't they? They have some creepy dark... I am afraid the Consortium would be too dark for people. You know? I'm trying to figure out what is the good balance, I think, of having some darker themes or darker ideas in your D&D game. How Dark Souls or Diablo can we go? Is the question. Because I want the Consortium to feel villainous. What month was the dragon in the Eldara swimsuit queue? What month was the dragon in the Eldara swimsuit queue? That's probably going to happen this month, to be honest. It's probably going to be stream projects. We'll see if I want to do them on stream. The dragons I'll probably do on stream once I have an idea for them. I have to do 2 of them. And then the swimsuit calendar will probably just be whenever I'm feeling like I don't have a project for a day or so. I'll just do that here or there this month. So we'll start the whole grind. We also have, I think, ReaperCon coming up here for Reaper miniatures, and they did in fact request that I draw their dearest Sophie for the swimsuit calendar. So gotta do that too. Gotta do that one as well. Consortium Thrall with hands spiked into their eyes usually gives a grimace or 2 from my players. Yeah, maybe the art is not necessary. You know? Maybe it's one of those things that you can describe the Alabaster Consortium in certain ways, like the thralls and whatnot, and maybe it's better off to just not have art for them because it's a little too grim or whatever. Or we'd use some dope ass like Book of Cain sketching, because like honestly this actually kind of works. The Book of Cain is a book that came out a while ago for Diabolol 2. And it had some illustrations in it that I really loved and took some inspiration from my sketch style a little bit. You can see some of these, right? The parchmented, you know, sepia kind of whatever. I definitely saw that and said, oh, I love that shit. Let me do some of my sketches like this. These were all colorized to fit Book of Cain. They weren't initially done with this sort of like tone, so whatever, not that big of a deal. But yeah, I wonder if I could do maybe like some of the thrall stuff in just sketch. If I keep it out of color, maybe it won't be as gruesome, and I can make it a little darker than that. Yeah, that's an idea. You give a quick blurb on what each Eldar project is, like a sentence or two for Eldar newbies, or is it all Patreon, Discord, World Anvil that I can look for them later? So, okay, so the first things that people are sponsoring are the Rokari. That's one. So the Rokari are a player option, a race species of foxfolk. Actually, I've done a couple of Rokari pieces. I just need to do an actual title piece for them of like your kind of character selection screen, male, female, foxkin. So the Rokari are, they are a, Rokari? Where do I have Rokari? Aoife, maybe? Oh, nope, that's... There's an example, an older one, but there's an example of Rokari. So they are a little bit shorter. They're not quite like Hobbit stature, but they're all kind of around 5-ish feet at the tall end. You know, maybe like 4'9", 4'10" at the shorter end. They don't vary terribly much. Yeah, like 4'9" to 5'2" probably. They live in holes, burrows. Just like, where do we want to start with this? They are cozy core to the max. So they are everything that people like about hobbits, with none of the drawbacks of them being incompetent little goblins. That's right. You bring a hobbit into combat, that better be a Baggins or you're getting fucked. So, you know, the Rokari are cool. They're very cozy. They live in their burrows. They're very kind of like stealthy, sneaky, cunning. They don't do a lot of like brutish classes. They fight very elegantly. Their sword mastery and techniques are very acrobatic and flourished. They're very athletic naturally, so they do that kind of stuff. They favor spell casting, druidic craft, things like that. Nature, the land, astral sage, stuff like that, shamanistic kind of things. They are from somewhere east of Novalia, south of the Elven lands in Ashasari. I don't exactly know where, but I think they kind of live around here and there. They're more nomadic. They didn't really have an established homeland when they came to Teleria, so they never really tried to claim one. They got their big fluffy tails. So doing a proper piece for the Rokari of, like I said, your male-female character selection screen of just kind of the vibes that you kind of get from playing them, that's the piece of art that was sort of sponsored for. The next is the Alabaster Consortium. So they are one of the main villainous organizations in the Shattered Sea. They are a church-ish that worships some kind of general light. They're really not that specific on their whole things. Basically, they're an evil organization of very powerful, ghostly, undead like spirits and entities masquerading as a church. They take over small communities that are in need. They give them what they need to survive, whether that's sky shards to keep their islands floating, cure them from a famine, disease, whatever like that. But then they kind of take ownership of the community and slowly over a couple of years bleed them dry and eventually abduct their people into becoming thralls. So a consortium village that is maybe 15 years old is a very, very scary, very sad place. They call them parishes. So they are the main antagonist, I'd say, for the Horizon campaign. As people have played through it a little bit more, but they have very much like ghostly priests, and they have very like sort of like dark gothic kind of religious ceremony, and they'll have these like evil processions kind of dragging a sledge with a priest on it, sort of wafting the censer of smoke back and forth, while these thralls are with chains and hooks in their flesh and their hands stapled into their eyes with railroad spikes are dragging this thing along, just moaning in pain the entire time. They are very, very dark, especially when you get into like a consortium cathedral. The basements of a consortium cathedral are a terrifying, terrifying place. So why are they allowed to operate in the open? Because they own so much of the Shattered Sea and everyone owes them debts. So they are quite obviously evil and everyone knows it, but no one like says it out loud because that would upset the balance of power in the Shattered Sea. And so they've kind of acquired enough power through the kind of soft power grabs to be able to wield their evil and nefarious plans. But they appear to be moving recently. They are taking some time to mobilize their assets and their resources towards some goal, which we don't know what, but there's a lot of terrifying stuff they're doing in the adventure. So very spooky shit. It'd be a great like Halloween kind of like end project. Maybe not. Maybe it's too like gothic for a good Halloween project. I don't know. Very ghostly. What's up, Ashy? Can't believe Evan made Walmart the big bad of Eldara. Well, if you think a little bigger, you might be able to see some connections to the way they operate and the way certain geopolitical powers operate. Inspired by reality. On a serious note, I sometimes have an issue with figuring out how an Alabaster Consortium priest engages in combat. They usually just explode their thralls, but it often comes down to them versus the party in hand to hand. Well, the whole thing is that if they get into hand to hand with the priest, then yeah, they basically get to call the thralls to them and then blow them up. So if you get into hand to hand with the priest, the danger side of that is that you swarm a priest and all the thralls take the damage, or most of them or whatever, and then just start blowing them up and doing AoE damage to everybody. So yeah, getting hand to hand on a priest is not supposed to be the easiest way of doing it, but maybe it is one of the most efficient ways, you know. Hello, Alex. Good to see you, dude. It's going well. Just got home from my trip, so feeling good. Get back to the swing of things. And then yeah, I think Steve just generally asked for a project in Eldara. I don't know. He didn't specify. So maybe we'll do some Astral Knight development or something like that for Steve and send him something pretty cool. And like the sponsorship thing on Coffee is intended as basically somebody wants to replace a commission slot that I would normally have to fill with other projects with something from Eldara. So it's a very generous thing people are doing. And in exchange, I give them a 1-of-1 print and a 1-of-1 promo card for the Eldara trading cards. So I am willing. This is one of the only ways that I'm willing to reserve promo slots for anything, is if they're through Eldara sponsorship projects. So early ones will have very low numbers in the promo series, and hopefully it'll become apparent how cool that is as Eldara progresses and as the trading card sets release and stuff. So I'm very excited about that. So we got to do the Rukari. So kind of polar opposites here. We have our adorable Foxfolk Shire, like, you know, whatever. Oh, I got to remove this from the coffee thing because they've been requested. Ooh. Hold on. I have to change this, don't I? Go to requests. Edit. Edit. Okay, so what has been requested? The Rukari has been taken, and also the Alabaster Consortium has been taken. There's a couple of the big projects, but there it is, man. And then like there's other things people can request projects for, but yeah. I thought there's only one slot left. Okay, well, whatever. Either way. I will also be opening up my basic character portrait requests for late August in the next little while here. I could do that like sooner rather than later, but I don't know. People, even though you say like, hey, it's gonna be like a 3 to 6 week wait for their piece, I still get messages every single time after like 2.5 weeks. So I'd be like, hey man, just checking up on things. Like, when am I gonna get my thing? And you're like, I'm sorry. Things are progressing as exactly as planned, and you're still not happy. So maybe we'll just open them up closer too. See if that'll be easier. So yeah, consortium concept work. I think I want to do a consortium piece, like a singular big consortium piece of maybe the procession that you initially see, or the priest with his thralls. One of the two things would be really cool. So that is the piece that I think we're going to do for the consortium. For the Rokari, as like kind of a general character selection screen, what do we like about like video game character selection screens? What do we like about them? I think they show off cultural outfits, common classes maybe. So we'll do like a rogue versus a spellcaster kind of druid type person. We could even use Aoife, this character, as our female Rokari, and do a male spellcaster in the background. Have the two of them like doing spellcastery and rogue stuff. That would be kind of fun, honestly. Yeah, shit, I didn't think about that. That'd be kind of cool. So that's the piece I'm planning for the Rokari for Azalea, who ordered that. And then Cobalt, who ordered the Alabaster Consortium. Probably do the procession when you get into town. The Azael and the Mithara. So the Azael are our merfolk. So the Azael have a little bit of art for them. They look like... Ooh. So they live in the... Hold on, I gotta make sure there's no fucking booba. Okay. No, we're good. So the Azael, they live in the Shattered Sea, in the clouds, and they do Shattered Sea cloud things. And they can actually... So when the Shattered Sea exploded and basically destroyed everything, the Shattered Sea was an inner sea kind of thing. Kingdom, empire, seafaring, whatever. It blew up. So there was a lot of aquatic life that got caught in the explosion. And a lot of the aquatic during that survived that like initial sort of destruction of what is now the Shattered Sea, a lot of that life adapted to the flight and the magic that sort of, you know, took the sea. So there's lots of like birds and flying creatures in the Shattered Sea. Obviously, it's a floating island kind of like area, cloud ocean, but a lot of aquatic life also figured out how to do the whole flying thing. So the way the sky shards sort of injected themselves into the landscape to make it float, a lot of the aquatic life also adapted to it. So there's like pods of flying whales and flying jellyfish and schools of flying fish through the Shattered Sea. So really cool stuff. There's also these like giant floating kind of like lakes and rivers and things like that. These large kind of blobs of water that are like surrounding, you know, a piece of rock or whatever, like little floating like kind of wobbly 3D lakes. And within there's lots of aquatic only life, like fish that didn't adapt to flight, or certain fish that can fly between different like pools and stuff and will fly down the rivers and whatnot. The Azael had a similar evolution. So the Azael were the merfolk that lived at the bottom of the inner sea, where the Aldarian Empire was before it blew up. So most of the Azael got wiped out, but they came back, they bounced back. A lot of Azael who were elsewhere in the world came back to help rebuild their society, their civilization. And now they live in these cool, like kind of bubble, like floating cities that all look like lanterns, kind of like, you know, strewn about or whatever. And they have a really cool kind of like movement within the Shattered Sea where they can just literally fly. They can just fly. They have enough sky shards embedded in them that when you're in the Shattered Sea, you have flight speed. Is that overpowered? You know what? Probably. I don't care. I think it's cool. So the Azael can just fly, and they look like they're swimming through air. When they're outside of the Shattered Sea, they still have enough sky shards in them that they can float. So I was thinking about how to do this, how to do like movement for an Azael for somebody who's a merfolk, right? In D&D. And I was thinking about this and thinking about this and thinking about this. And then that night, this is like 2 years ago, that night I went to play League of Legends, take a little break and play some ARAM. And I was playing support, and I played Nami. And Nami is a merfolk in League of Legends, and she's really cool. She's one of my favorite support heroes to play. And I was like, man, how do I do a cool like Azael like this, like Nami? And I realized that Nami was just sort of floating along the ground, like hovering. Looked like she was swimming through the air. And I was like, oh, there's no explanation for that, but nobody cares. Like, nobody is being a glasses adjusting fucking neckbeard in League of Legends being like, oh, I don't understand exactly how the merfolk can float through air. This doesn't make sense. Like, and yet we have to indulge these dipshits in D&D. And every time I indulge the dipshits, I always make a less cool idea. So you know what? Fuck it. They can just hover and they swim through the air like a couple feet off the ground when they're outside the Shattered Sea. When they're inside the Shattered Sea, they literally just fly. So they're cool. So they're also going to be based a little bit off of some of their cultural designs, and fashion and stuff are going to be based off of some like, Indian fashion and designs and motifs. As one of our mods, Bizzo, wanted to be an Azael, and she thought it'd be really cool if I could include some of that kind of stuff into her character. And then why not just pull some of that into the culture? So you could think of like kind of a central-ish, west-ish Asian kind of like culture mixed with merfolk and like kind of, your traditional fantasy underwater, maybe Greek type Mediterranean elements that you find in like merfolk designs. But they're pretty cool. So this is the only Azael that I've actually drawn so far, and her name is Narya. And they can have different tails and stuff too. I just didn't draw any of that. But I had this, yeah, they're just sitting there floating in town, It's like, I don't know, why not? Screw it. The Azael are cool. So that's the Azael. They live in these little different like kind of like lantern bubble cities. We've got some concept art for them, whatever. The Mithara, they are a bit different. The Mithara they have almost no development for them. But they have a lot of sort of like mentions in the deep at lore of Eldara. So I'll bring up the Mithara occasionally when we're talking about ancient Eldara or ancient Tolarian, kind of like myth or history. What's up, Azalea? Well, I know I've been gone for a while. I'm sorry. I apologize for missing streams. Good to see you, Azalea. Hope you had a good week. Yeah, the Mithara are basically like a very, very tall, very ancient moth people. So I think I had one piece of art that I drew a while ago. Oops, Mithara, maybe? Okay, I don't know where it is. I'm sure I could find it if I went digging deep enough. But basically, the Mithara, they are... yeah, they're really cool. They're like kind of very tall, ethereal, pale moth folk that kind of look otherworldly, kind of look angelic, a little alien to them. And they are the longest lived members of the Tolarians. So they are the ones, they're a very small group of people. They are not much for adventurers. They are more for historians, chroniclers, mystics, that kind of thing. They sort of remove themselves from a lot of the affairs of the rest of Tolarian mortals, and most Tolarian society holds them to a certain level of respect and kind of keeps them out of their shit. Because also there's like some pretty scary stories of the Mithara going to war back in the ancient days of Eldara and Tolaria specifically. So they have a really cool history. They have a very, very important narrative history within Eldara. Them as player characters are going to be tough because basically being a level 1 Mithara would be very difficult. Obviously, I'm going to have rules for it for people that want to play that, because there's been a lot of people who've said, hey, I want to be a Mithara. Fuck you. I'm like, okay, fine. Mithara would go out. They would be adventurers. They would definitely favor magical classes. It would be very, very rare in the canon to see a Mithara with any kind of melee weaponry. They also have flight speed, as they just produce these massive fucking moth wings when they want. But they're really cool. They're very like ethereal, angelic, and very kind of like, they speak very slowly. They've got a very like kind of not distorted, but like different view of time and like the years and centuries and lifetimes and whatnot. So they're cool. But yeah, that's the other one that the reason that why they're on the list is because there's going to be a lot of Mithara that are NPCs. They're important NPCs, and when I'm mentioning every time I mention them, somebody wants to be a Mithara. So, you know, some animals eat rocks to help with their digestion. No, I didn't know that, Ashy. Are there any animals that accidentally eat sky shards while doing that? Just an elephant suddenly floating around the Shattered Sea. Well, if you eat sky shards, probably nothing's going to happen to you unless some sort of infusion happens, because there are certain plants and certain like dishes that have sky shards in them. It's kind of the eccentric also. You know how like a lot of rich people have like gold foil on shit? You'll have like gold foil steak with caviar or whatever, and it's got like gold foil on it or whatever. That's kind of the way there are certain like, you know, delicacies in the Shattered Sea that are either plants that have sky shards inside of them that are floating, or animals like fish that, you know, float. You can imagine like a grilled fish just sort of like hovering over your plate or whatever. That does happen, but if you eat a bunch of sky shards, you're not gonna like go around floating. If you eat enough sky shards, you'll have a very, very bad time. But no, they need to be like the sky shards need to be like activated, and they need to like blend into the physiology of the creature. So not everything has had sky shards embedded into them. A lot of it is like the scales of the fish or the azale or whatever. So that whole thing. Week was ruined without your streams. I'm sorry, Azalea. My week was also ruined without my streams, but I had a very important trip to Saskatchewan, so we have returned. It's an awesome pitch. Take my money for the Azale. Oh shit, dude. I'd be honored, man. I'd be honored, Sabine. Dag, holy shit, dude. What's up, man? Not here. All right, Dag, not here. So I'll let you know that all the Twitch channels I follow, yours is always breathtaking. Your art is pretty good too. Oh man, god damn it. God damn it. I knew it was weirdly handsome in here. I was like, why is it so handsome in here? Why is it so handsome in here? Oh, it's because Dag was here. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, but Dag's not here. Dag's not here. Okay. Shh. We gotta pretend. We gotta pretend like, oh, yep. Mm-hmm. Like the fugu blowfish dish. Exactly like that. Yes. Yes, exactly like fugu. Except it's not gonna kill you. Maybe it does. I don't know. I have yet to have fugu, like real good fugu. I've had some fugu, but I've never had good like $400 fugu meal. You know, because you can have some fugu, it's whatever. You're probably not gonna die. But yeah, I really want to go for the fancy fugu next time in Tokyo. It's expensive though. That coffee also got to add the post kit. Oh, did you actually order this ale? Okay. All right. Those are one of the bubble cities or character selections showing their various hairstyles, tails, clothing, etc. They sound so cool. Ooh, you okay? So it's not a concept piece. Okay, fuck yeah, dude. Got it. Thanks to support, Sabine. Thanks for supporting a project. Let me go edit the post. Once more. Taken, gone. The Azale. Taken, done. You want to get the Azale? You want to order the Azale piece? Get bent. Sabine said, "Fuck you. I am the owner of the Azale." So, thank you, Sabine. Whatever I do for this piece, these are more for late August and for the fall. Whatever I do for this piece, Sabine, you'll be getting a print mailed to you of that piece. You will also be getting a 1-of-1 promo card. All right, and those promo cards. Just think, when the Eldar movie comes out, those promo cards will sell for thousands, if not tens of thousands. So, thank you for your investment into Electronic Blur Arts. Save changes. Done. All right. Taken, gone, done. Over. Dude, I haven't streamed in a week, and my fucking I cough, man. It's gonna take me about 3 days of streaming to get back into swing of things. Maybe I should get tea with honey in it or something. What I usually do. All right, I'm going to go first of all pop a fucking Tylenol and see if that helps with my arm, and then I'm gonna grab something else to drink, not a caffeinated beverage or an electrolyte, which is all I've been sucking on this morning. Then we'll get into it. So, you know what? I would say no revolts, no usurpations, no uprisings, no insurrections, no mutinies or anything like that. But to be fair, I've been gone for a week, so I kind of fucking deserve it at this point. So have fun, man. All right, Ruby. Alright. Alright. Okay, we doing it. We're back. It's what it is. Alright, projects. What the fuck was I doing? Yo, when I was downstairs, I saw we have, hold on, I need to get my brush pen color. Is it up here? No, it's not, because I'm dumb. Where do I find it? What piece? Missions, maybe? I saw our stash of American soda downstairs. Because when we were in Saskatchewan, one of Ella's cousins is, she lives in the US. So she said, do you have any requests? And we said, can you get us cool American soda we can't get here? And she said, bet. Because you can get all sorts of cool shit in Canada. It's just got to be specially imported. It was like $25 for a case of some shit. But she brought us some of that Dr. Pepper, cream soda, whatever. Blackberry, strawberry. Oh yeah, man. Got some Mountain Dew Baja Blast Zeros. Holy. Oh, and I got spoiled. Got fucking spoiled. Okay. Why does my pen feel weird? Why is my pen? Why is it every time I go on a trip and I come home, my pen feels weird? Am I just being crazy? It might just be me, to be honest. Pen size? I've been trying to figure out how to like adjust my tablet settings so that things aren't as, you know, stressful on the old arm. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just not used to using a pen that's this size. Oh god, I'm never gonna hit Twitch partner now this way. I can't figure my pen out. Which means I'll never be relevant enough to get into Gencon. Damn it. Mindari was right. She was right when she said I was an irrelevant loser that would never amount to anything. Certainly not going to Gen Con as an influencer. To think she was there cackling at me. Actually, maybe it is okay. I think I just gotta get back into it. Okay, we gotta do some little quick pieces of concept art here. Or, where is it? Merfolk Commission, Eldara. Sketchbook, there we go. There we go. Easy clap. Okay, there's a couple of Horizon and Astronite related pieces that I need to do this week. We use some temples, some towers, a city or two, and do some last little bit of sketching so that I can have ready for the full release of the adventure all of the sketches, everything, all of it good to go. And unironically, the knights actually do need a tower here. They don't just operate in domes, okay? Which, by the way, anytime I do a dome or anything like that, somebody says it looks like Star Wars. Holy man. Some of the YouTube comments, they've been a little weird. Some of them have been less than kind, others have been less than kind. And some of them were just people telling me that they need me to know that the thing that I drew looks like something else that they see it or have seen at some point in time. Which is always like funny, I guess. It's cute. People trying to engage, you know, but they don't really know how to. It's like the problem with the human fucking conversation right now is it's all just a bunch of LLMs. It's exhausting. Maybe I should just never look at comments again. I think I'll be happier if I just never check a comment again. But I want to see what people that I like say, you know? I'd miss the witty one-liners that Samurai has. The insightful declarations of D&D that Silesian has. I can't just completely abandon all comment sections forever, can I? Maybe I could. Maybe better for me. Do you know the current piece has black lines in it? I've seen those everywhere. So you're so derivative. Ooh, you should be a professional YouTube commentator. You'd fit right in. You would fit right in, Atari. You have no idea. That was such an insightful and well thought out recognition of a pattern that you have seen somewhere else. It's all I started to see this like pattern when I started doing character ideas, and I even made fun of it on my most recent video, where whenever you have a character idea, someone desperately needs to think that they've seen a pattern. So you're like, yeah, I have a trickster domain cleric. They're like, oh, it's just jester. Like, okay. I have a sorcerer who's, oh, that's Imogen. You don't even know what powers he has. Well, it's just Imogen. It's Imogen. Okay, man. Guys, I think we've had enough internet for now. I think we need to be done with the internet forever. Yep. And there's a video that I love. It's a meme online of this girl basically mocking people that have the exact problem I'm talking about, where she gets increasingly upset by shapes not going in the right shaped hole of a children's toy. And she's joking. She's memeing hard. The problem is I see that unironically happening all the time with like D&D players as well. Oh my god, I should use that. We're gonna licensing for that. Well, when you want to type some unhinged shit in my YouTube comments, let me know. I'll make sure to pin it to the top. I don't know if I'll be viewing the comments or whatever. I think post Horizon release, I probably won't take any feedback on adventures unless people hate it. Unless enough people hate it, I'm not going to take any feedback. Like from the greater internet or whatever. People I trust, like for sure, I'll ask them stuff about how they feel the adventure plays. But like greater internet shit, when people are playing the adventure that I don't know, that are finding it through whatever channels they find shit through on the internet, I am going to... The triangle goes in the square hole? Exactly. And you've seen that happen in real time, Garth, and whenever I say that my dragons aren't chromatic or metallic, there's no elemental breath from them, that's people, that is that person freaking about how the dragon doesn't go in the dragon from D&D hole. That is the meme. Whether we like it or not, that is, unfortunately, the meme. It's alright. Can't be too mad at them. Listen, life's really hard. Using that old thinker isn't the easiest of things. But the tiefling, it needs demonic ancestry. Are we sure about this? Maybe Critical Role will break some nerd brains by doing something different for the next campaign. Because there's two takeaways I remember people that somebody told me from the Critical Role thing. I should probably watch it, to be honest. The first thing is that Matt Mercer not DMing, which apparently Mulligan is. That's cool. Unless you guys are lying to me. And second is that they're not doing it in the same world of whatever. Exandria or Azeroth or some shit. What if they got bought out by someone like Genshin? Like Hoyo? They're just doing their next game in Genshin, like, universe. Think they do that? Or does Daggerheart have a setting? There's no way that Daggerheart has its own setting, does it? They're doing a Daggerheart game in the Daggerheart setting? Of course it's what they're doing. It all came together just now in my brain. My brain hole figured it out. I want to ask you, do you have a setup page list anywhere with peripherals you use for your art? Not really. I have a command. That's about it. That one right there. It just says Cintiq in Photoshop. That's it. That's all I use. I don't know anything fancy like a tour box or whatever. Just Cintiq and Photoshop. I am the villain, by the way. I am the villain. People hate Cintiqs and they hate Photoshop in like the internet online self-taught scene. They fucking hate them. So I am the villain to them. I am the boogeyman. And I am reminded of it often. Not as often as it used to be. People stop caring, I think, as much to complain about it, but every once in a while someone comes in and loses their fucking shit over the fact that I used a Cintiq and Photoshop. For whatever reason, they'd be upset. The takeaway, Travis Willingham dressed as Steve Jobs is peak. Oh, what? Was he? That's funny. Do you have a bold new vision for Critical Role Pocket or whatever? Oh, that's kind of cute, actually. He's a good CEO, or I don't know what he does. President, owner, CEO, chief Travis officer. I don't entirely know what his responsibilities of the company are. I just know they're important. I'm not sure they just gave everyone like sort of like honorary titles for things. And who actually runs that place? Not sure. To be honest, they run well though, I think, so. Run almost as well as the Epic musical production was. God damn it, I listened to Epic again.
Well, hello there.
Made me listen
what
to
are
it.
we doing today?
Hello, Senix. What's up, dude? Doing some Astronite Towers for the adventure so the players have a good idea of where they want to go. And Sabine just sponsored the Azale's development. So that's pretty cool. We'll have to do the Azale pretty quick here then. That'd be a fun like summer project to do the Azale. Ooh, wait, that actually kind of works. Thanks for the sub though, Senix. I appreciate it. Thanks for tier 3 for 27 months, man. Senix, how you doing? How was your week? Well, I was gone at maybe Gencon or Saskatchewan. I can't remember. It was so flat out there. It might have been Gencon. There's not much of a difference between Indianapolis and all of Saskatchewan, if you ask me. So I don't remember. I'll have to ask Mindari if she saw me or not, and then we'll know if I was at Gencon. Accountants run everything? The ops folk don't run what they think they do. Oh, really? The accountants, the people with the budgets, the books, they know what's up? Damn, bro. Who'd have thought? After all this time, it was secretly the CPAs. LARPing as CCAs. Running the world. I want to know a lot more about Campaign 4. To know if I'm supposed to be excited or not. I'm excited, but I don't know. It's like, I don't want to get my hopes up, you know? Right?
I am tired. I have almost 2 months of paid vacation plus overtime, so I'll let you do the math.
That's pretty, That's pretty good, man. Jeez. 2 months of paid vacation plus overtime. So are they gonna force you just to take like 2 fucking months off, Senix? Is that what? Is that what they're doing? Then I say, get out of here. I don't want to see you back for 2 months. I thought it capped out and they had to like make you take it at the end of the year or whatever. How does that work? The corporate world is a mystery to me, Senix. Thanks for 100 bits though. Appreciate it. I can never decipher the way that the corporate world does their things. Which I'm gonna need to figure out real quick, real ASAP here when I start my game studio, aren't I? I'm gonna need to figure it out rapidly. We shall see. I'm gonna be too heavy-handed here, so I think we're going to try maybe do a little bit of a lighter touch on some of our monoliths, even though it's supposed to be like large Blackstone monolith type things. I gotta be really light on my fingers with this wrist and arm problem. More and more, though, looking like it's not carpal tunnel, which is great. Means surgery might not be in the cards. It might be something else. Be fixed a lot easier. So good news there, I guess. So yes, can't take more than 2 weeks into next year. Oh, I see. So do you have a plan then? Do you have like a grand idea, a scheme? Are you gonna take like just like 6 weeks off or something like that, or what? How does this work? What do you guys do when you acquire and accrue that much overtime and that much paid time off? The only real jobs I've had that aren't for my working for myself are like low end shit like retail and game store stuff. We did not get paid time off as part of our perk package for working in the game store. In fact, we didn't get shit as part of our perk package for working in the game store. No, I liked the game store I worked at. I had fun. It was a great job. But we did not get the things that people get at real companies. So I have no idea how the corporate world works. In fact, half the people I know work from home. And they barely work too. Air quotes, work from home. I think I'd miss the office though if I was like in a creative field. I always wanted to work as a concept artist at a video game company. And I have to go into work and see all my artist friends. You know? Have a little desk I can go to. Ooh, could you imagine? Use it in small bursts here and there because most companies won't let you take more than a week off. Though some might allow 2 weeks, but that's it. Interesting. Interesting. Well, next year, Ella and I are probably going to take a much larger trip somewhere. Be gone for a couple weeks. Let's see if I can get some Twitch paid time off. Maybe gone for like another 3 weeks or something like that. Last time we did that, we went to see our family in Hawaii, which is cool. We've yet to pick what we want to do, but we haven't gone anywhere on like a fucking vacation trip type thing in like 8 years. That's been heartbreaking. That's fucking sucked. As if like, for like people who are friends of Ella and I that like know us IRL know that like we basically spent our 20s going places. Us not going anywhere for like 8 years would be like unheard of to people. So I think he'd rectify that next year. I think that'll be the plan. We gotta start planning. Going places. Doing things. Oh, you know where I did go though? On our way to Saskatchewan, we stopped at the Royal Tyrrell Museum, which is the best Dinosaurus Rex museum in all the lands. We saw all kinds of Dinosaurus Rex. It was dope as fuck, man. Fossils and shit. Ancient things or whatever. It was kind of a little mini trip, maybe. I don't know. I definitely don't want to do another road trip. Driving up to Saskatchewan was way too long. And I was trying to think of that, like I don't know what the maximum amount of time that I can kind of like handle at a road trip is. And I'm starting to realize that like number has diminished quite a bit. Before, if I was told an 8-hour road trip, I would have been like, yeah, okay, that's not bad. But it fucking sucked this time around. Oh my god.
I'm gonna take the entirety of December off, maybe a bit before, but certainly a bit after New Year.
Okay.
Since I work in construction and that's the time we have least stuff to do, it's usually not a problem. While not really liked by leadership, it's kind of how it works if your employee can't take time off right now cause we have loads to do, plus my boss was the one who suggested it, so I'm safe here.
Okay, there you go. Easy. Thanks for the bits, man. Yeah, I'd imagine if you could take that shit off in the winter, that'd be also be good. Multiple reasons for that. Audiobooks make road trips good? I don't know, man. I don't know. We had to listen to a couple of musicals or whatever. Because Ella loves them. She knows there's certain ones that I'll tolerate and certain ones that I won't. Like Ella loves Phantom of the Opera, but I would have like thrown her out the fucking car window. She tried to turn that shit on. I would have just yeeted her out into the Alberta Badlands. Let the fucking rattlesnakes get her. I don't care. She didn't try that shit. But I still listen to Epic and Hamilton. I actually like Epic. Epic's great. Hamilton, it's alright. Not the worst, but it wasn't good. Greatest Showman could do without. Be an audiobook. I think Ella needs something that's more engaging to her brain, and I don't think like if I was honestly, I probably could have done an 8-hour road trip if I was alone. Easier than if I was in the car with Ella. Because I could have, if I could listen to a podcast, like a really nerdy podcast on like neuroscience or some shit, I could have done it probably a lot easier than what we had done. Gotta break up road trips with stops here and there and in between your destination. Yeah, I mean, we stopped at the Dinosaur Museum, at the Real Trail Museum. That was cool. And then on the way out there to Saskatoon, we didn't really stop for like a good 6 hours, because where I live, a lot of times refinery equipment and large sort of like farming equipment or oil field equipment can get transported on the highway, and the highways we took were very small. You couldn't pass them all that easily. And so once we got ahead of it, we were like, we're not risking stopping somewhere and getting behind that shit again. So we just like raced straight through. There's also nothing to do. Like, we drove through the hometown of Nickelback and Dinosaur Museum. That was it. And that's all both within the first couple of hours of the trip. So then it's just 6 hours of bleak. Like, you want to see the fucking... you want to see the landscape? This was land. So we driving through right here. That was like 6 hours of it. Was that? There was a sign that said point of interest on the road in 1 kilometer. So a kilometer later, we saw a sign that said point of interest, and it pointed at a little road. The road was a 20-foot dirt road. That was it. The Badlands are cool. Like, Dinosaur Museum was dope. Oh, that's Ella. That's not the picture I want to show you then. That's not Ella. You know, so it's cool. Dinosaur Museum's dope, honestly. If you're ever, like, out in the southern Alberta area, the Royal Tyrrell museum is like one of the best paleontology museums in the entire world. People like travel across the world to see this shit. You know, they have like the most complete Ankylosaurus fossil ever found. You know, they got a bunch of cool stuff, man. Like it's some cool dinosaur shit. You know, they got all kinds of fossils. Look at that guy. Look at him having a good time. He's just doing a kickflip. The volcano was like, all right, time to die. How do you want to die? And the dinosaur was like, do a kickflip. And he said, sure. You know, one of, if not, I think this is the most complete singular Triceratops skull in the world. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, like that's neat. The Alberta Badlands are pretty cool. They've got this cool like landscape of like weird ravines and cool shit. But that's like a very small portion of the trip. Most of the trip is just... Most of the trip is just... That's it. That's the road right there. That's the fucking road, man. Oh, God. It was the worst. It was the worst, man. No mountains or nothing or whatever. Really pictures from the trip? I don't think so. I don't think I have any non-Ella pictures from the trip. That's like the beach. I had the cutest pictures of Ella in her grandma's like garden, picking vegetables and shit, like she's a 12-year-old all over again. Any other cute pictures? I think I do. All right, I have no pictures to offer you of the trip, so please accept this Una, this rat dog. That's all I can offer you. I'm sorry. Yeah, anyway. That was our trip. Fucking driving through nowhere. And that I think is too much. I think definitely in the future we're gonna try and fly. I am kind of like just done with road trips through the prairies and shit like that. Road trips through the mountains, not bad. Pretty good. Stop and see waterfalls, hiking trails, whatever, little towns. But like in between where we were driving, there was like legitimately the biggest town is Hannah, Alberta, where Nickelback is from. That's the only thing Hannah, Alberta has going for it. They only have a Tim Hortons there. That's it. That's it. And Nickelback even made a song or an album about how boring that town is. Didn't get to go through Vulcan or any other like cool little Alberta towns. So it's pretty rough. Definitely next summer when we go back, we're flying. No fucking shot am I doing that drive again. Be nice if there was like things to do in between, little stops and shit, places to go. Towns that are more than just a gas station and a dusty old man behind the counter that's like mad that I'm there. So let's see how that plays out, I guess. But yeah, it was good. It was a good trip. Glad that we went on it. Windows background, yeah. More or less. That's basically it. Honestly, there's not much to do in most of Alberta and Saskatchewan and Winnipeg, or Manitoba. Winnipeg. Manitoba. There's not a whole lot going on. I wonder if there's similar populations in like the American states that are kind of like central. Like what's the population of like, I don't know, Nebraska or Idaho or no, Idaho's a real place. Ohio, that's the one. Wait, is it? No, Cleveland, Idaho. That's one. That's the potato place with nobody there. I wonder if there's like more towns and stuff there in the U.S. than there are in Canada that are small little prairie towns. A road trip can actually take you places that, you know, you want to go and you want to see. It'd be fun to do like a proper America road trip at some point in time. A proper Canada road trip? Nah. You can miss the middle three provinces. Idaho's real with at least one person living there. Me. Well, exactly. There you go. No, I wait. Oh, wait, no, Ohio. Which is the real place? Cleveland is in Ohio. Idaho has Des Moines, right? Sorry, Des Moines? I forget how you guys pronounce it. You don't pronounce it the French way, do you? You don't pronounce anything the French way. One of my mods is from Idaho. I'm familiar. I send things there. I mail shit there somewhat regularly. Des Moines is in Iowa. Oh, Idaho. Iowa. Idaho? What the fuck's in Idaho? Oh, like Boise and shit like that? Oh no, Idaho's nice, isn't it? Okay, I'm thinking of Iowa is the shithole. Right. Wyoming's a place that doesn't exist? No, Wyoming has like mountains and shit, right? No. Wyoming's nice, isn't it? It's like mini Montana, whatever. There's like ranching and shit there, and like mountains or whatever. You know? What's good, Sleepy? How you doing, bro? How you been? We've been missing you, bro. Right. Ohio and Idaho are real places. Iowa is the one that fucking sucks, right? That's the one I'm thinking of. That's just flat. Okay, what's the population of Iowa then? That's what I'm wondering. Iowa population. It is still 3.2 million. Saskatchewan population is 1.2 million. Let's see how big this place is comparatively. All right. To take Iowa with there's twice as many people that live in Iowa, just over, as live in Saskatchewan. Let's see how big it is. Oh God. So you think you want to talk about fucking no man's land? This entire province right here, this square-shaped province, the only fucking rectangle we've got in Canada, has half as many people as your flat who asked fucking province. And you could fit like 3 to 4 of them in Saskatchewan. Oh my God, man. Yeah, this place sucks. This place fucking sucks. Poor Stimpack. He's from Saskatchewan, I believe. You can finally settle down or bid for university. You just gotta do medical, select modules, pay tuition, and you're officially a student. Ooh. Congratulations. Hope you enjoy your time at university. Man, that's exciting, dude. I remember being excited for my first year of post-secondary education. I was all young and full of life. What happened? I don't know either. Where's the broken line here? There it is. Where's the broken line? There it is. There we go. Yeah, there are a few places in the US that I think would be really nice to live. Idaho is one of them. Boise, Idaho seems pretty cool. Where else? I don't remember if there's any other places, but I have a colleague at a former job that lived in Boise and said it was pretty good. To be honest, I don't know whether the cities are in Idaho, so to be real, I have no idea what other cities there are there. You're gonna get me on that one. You in the Boise area? Yeah, it seems cool. People like the 2 people I know from America that like where they live in Boise. I had a friend who lived there during lockdown. She was like, you know what? Being locked down in Boise was pretty good. Wasn't that bad. I'm like, damn, okay. Okay. But again, I don't know if there's any other cities there. So everything planned out, nothing can go bad now. Well, we hope. Need to buy anything for actual school. Time to get your shopping done, then, Sleepy. Time to get after it. Get your supplies. Buy your binders, your books, your pencils, your Stardust pencil case. What else? Your gel pens that are sparkly. Your pencil that's not a real pencil, but it's one of those pencils that got like, it's got like the tube of like little pencil bits in it. You know what I mean, right? Maybe this is a 90s kids only thing. I get all your supplies. Boise is the only really city in the state. If you aren't in the Boise area, you're basically in the middle of nowhere. Okay, well, I tried. I thought there was like a bigger city in Idaho or some shit. Some like massive industry behemoth or whatever. I don't know my individual American state geography that well. Location, regionality, whatever. I know, let's see, what do I know about American geography? I know Georgia sucks. I know California sucks. I know Texas is for boars and barbecue. I know Kansas is for people that don't want to live in Missouri. What else do I know about America? I know that New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, and Long Island are basically the same place, and if anyone tries to tell you they're different places, they're fucking sucking that copium dry, man. Just straight up. Sorry, it's the same fucking place. It's like people who say, like, I'm not from Vancouver, I'm from Burnaby. Bitch, you from Vancouver. Okay, you don't get to start saying you're not from Vancouver until you live in Hope. Holy, man. Same fucking place. Oh, I live in New England. No, you don't. You live in New York. You live in New York. Mechanical pencil, everything an engineer needs. Exactly. No. Sure it's lovely? Yeah, probably, right? Look, when I get my American citizenship, fucking green card, whatever, I don't know, thing that lets you live in America, that you don't have to give your passport for. Just you wait, man. I'm gonna live in fucking by the beach, in a beach house with Dashto. We're gonna go clubbing at all the gay bars every night. What we do when we're in California together. We also gotta call it California, and we get a Jeep and take off the doors and drive around with our shirts off and extravagantly colored neon 80s hats. Yep. I know there's a tiny little section that borders with Canada. Oh, really? Wait. What? Wait, actually? No way. I thought the Montana was like... Oh, you guys got a little nub. Oh yeah, man. Look at that. You got a little nubby there. Look at that. Look at how cool that is. You got a little I don't know. What to call it? Little handle, little button there. Got a little chunk. How about that, man? Look at that. Wow. I didn't know that. I thought it was just Montana all the way to Washington. Alright. I didn't believe you. I believe you immediately. I was just... just didn't know, I guess. I believed you as soon as you said it. I just wanted to know. Want to know where it was. Fortunately, simply don't have the time to investigate the claim, but I'm sure it's lovely. Exactly. Guapo knows. El Guapo knows. Pretty sure you've been to more gay clubs than Dashto. Yes, actually, probably. I probably have been to more gay clubs than Dashto. Yeah, Steel Mill was crazy, man. Was it? Oh, God. That's true. Unfortunately, a shameful stat for Dashto. He'll get over it. I won't, but he will. So. Alright, where are we at with this thingy? Where are we at with this old boy? We got our tower, we got our astro. Oh, we don't have our floating islands in the back. Ooh, we gotta do our floating islands. How could I forgo? And she's floating islands in the back. Look, man, I'm not a club going kind of guy. I don't particularly like the scene, you know? It's too loud, too annoying. It's too people. I'm an inside cat. Alright. Now the Eldara themed nightclub I'm going to open up in Miami. Whew. Boy, you watch out. Yeah, man. It'll be a good time. I'll get all the streamers in there, like XQC and Aiden Ross. All the Miami boys. I don't know who. I honestly don't know who else lives in Miami besides XQC and Aiden Ross. I think, anyway. Unless I checked. They had a big deal about moving to Miami, baby. Honestly, if you have money, Miami seems like a great place to live. Lots of super nice places to live in the US if you got money. Without, oof, I don't know. The Chrysler building looks great. Thanks, man. Yep. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Glad you noticed. To be honest, I'm still trying to figure out how I can move to Yokohama. Dude, what would that do to my stream time? What time is it right now in Yokohama? It's 9 hours ahead, I think. I'm in Yokohama. 3:30 in the morning. What's 3 hours? No, 9 hours behind or whatever. If I streamed in 7 hours, that would be like 7 p.m. Oh, I'd be an evening. If I'm a morning streamer in Japan, I'd be an evening streamer in NA. Dude, that's actually sick. Wait, that hold on, that works out. What the fuck? What am I doing here? I gotta move, man. I gotta get going. Holy. Would you guys be more willing to come to EldoraCon if it was in Tokyo? Or would that be less likely to go to the first ever EldoraCon? Well, then we're getting pretty close to 1.0 because Atari had 0.9. And this officially unsanctioned EldoraCon this weekend at Gencon. Transplant mission initiated? Yeah. Well, we gotta get out of here. We can't live where we're living anymore for very long because Ella's migraines are just getting too whack. We gotta move. We gotta go somewhere else. We gotta leave. Gotta go live in Boise, Idaho. That's what we gotta go do. Brooklyn said it was nice there. I trust her. Oh, wait. Wait, the friend that I had in Boise, his name Brooke. That just... Wait. I was about to say, wait, Brooke Lennon Brooke said it. Look, it's good there then. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, checks out. ModCon was the first EldoraCon. It was, but we can't tell the peoples that, or else they'll get mad, so. Yeah, I trust any Brook implicitly now on Boise recommendations, Brooklyn. So both you and other Brook, the two of you can't be wrong together. You form a super opinion. Like a quantum super opinion. Always correct even when it's wrong. Where's nice to live in the US? Where's a nice place to live? Where can you live by the ocean that's nice? I hear that you have to go to the East Coast for that. Because the West Coast is out of California, or it's like too expensive or whatever. Where do people like living in the US? Because it's like every time you talk to somebody, they just complain about where they live. They're like, I hear Georgia's nice, and someone's like, oh god, it's the worst. I'm like, okay. I hear Tennessee's nice. Oh, it's the worst. Oh, okay. Is it just shitty to live anywhere in the US, just like anywhere else in the world, when you're fucking broke? Is that the problem? I keep listening to people who are like, oh, it's awful to live here. Is it awful to live there, or are you just broke? It's awful to live anywhere when you're broke. Is that the opinion? It's not exactly a fucking, banana split over here in Canada when you're broke, in Alberta anyway. Yes, that's all it is? Damn. Too much regionalism, negativity? Yeah. Whispered apocrypha then, just like how Critical Role's pre-stream games are whispered about. Yes. That Eldarcon, especially the game we played, that's apocryphal. We can't talk about that. That's some Book of Enoch shit, alright? That's some... Bro, our D&D gameplay we played at Eldarcon that first year, Guapo, that's some fucking Ethiopian Bible shit right there, okay? We don't talk about that. Holy. Dashto can never know what he missed out on that night. We had Swiss Chalet and then had a D&D game to never remember. And desperately try and forget. I didn't know you could buy that many gnomes from that. Never mind. Never mind. Yep. Never mind. Americans have no reference point because they never leave the US. They have no idea of how good or how bad they have it. Oh, it's just bad because the things I don't like there are bad? Or it's just good because... Oh, I see. Well, what percentage of Americans have passports? I'm actually... Hold on, I'm curious about this. What percent of Americans use... What percent of Americans own... Dude, I just googled what percent of Americans first are obese, are overweight, own guns, voted in 2024. Oh my god, you guys need to get a fucking checkout here. 51% of Americans own a passport. That's higher than I thought, to be honest. What percent of Canadians? I imagine to be about the same. Oh, 70% of Canadians. Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Okay, yeah, that's not as good as I thought it would. Well, hold on. Like the Japanese are super low. Japanese have passport. 17% of Japanese people have their passport. So 50% for US is higher than I thought it'd be, to be honest. I was honestly expecting about 30. I was expecting about 30. I'm surprised. Is there a reason to get your passport in the US for some sort of like an ID or whatever? If you're not planning on leaving the country? Like, is it an easier to get government ID, like federal ID or something like that you need for some shit? That like we might not have that kind of reference in Canada? Because like in Canada, the only reason you buy a passport is to leave the country. The only reason you do that. Who lives in Connecticut? Don't really hear him complaining. Connecticut? That's like in Wisconsin or some shit, right? Or Indiana or Ohio. I don't know where Connecticut is. Somewhere in that area. All documents required are the same for real ID as getting a passport. Okay, so then if you're an American, you're spending money on a passport, you are leaving the country. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, it's harder than I thought it'd be. Well, I feel like a lot of the people who live around like that Connecticut area, like Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, that like northeast, I feel like they don't. I don't hear them complain either. Why is it really nice up there or some shit? Why do people like living up there? Should I go live in New Hampshire? Is that where I should live? To live by the ocean? Should I live in Maine? Are there things to do in Maine? Should I go live in Maine with Ella? Oh, you get hurricanes there, don't you, though? Oh, never mind. Well, I ain't living where no hurricanes is. Y'all count me the shit out of that. Yeah, no. Nope. Nope. Passports are only for the courts to confiscate so you don't leave the country. Oh. We have that in Canada too, but instead of like us getting your passport, you're just encased in like a carbonate brick of hardened maple syrup. Awful. Spent 3 weeks in there once. Anyway. Anyway, God. Don't want to relive that. They forced me to watch reruns of Kids in the Hall. I need to be Canadian and like 48 to get that. Never mind. Never mind. My bad. That one was on me. That was pretty hardcore, right? Yeah. That targets it. Well, where do I move next to the ocean? I mean, there's got to be, certainly. You know, I could go live in Iqaluit. Up in, you know, up in the north there. What's Iqaluit like? Oh, I got a museum. They got some rocks. Look at that, man. Visitor center. Wow. Wow. Nothing grows there because you live on rock and tundra. And the ocean you can't even get out of because it's frozen for more than half the year. Wow, I could live in Iqaluit then if I need to live close to the ocean. Learn how to speak the language. Read all them fucking triangles and shit like that. It's like a cool ass language right there. Pretty fucking rad if you ask me. Damn, because I'm stuck here. My sole reference for Canada, Canadian restrictions sound delicious. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, you think maple syrup's delicious until you're encased in it for 3 weeks. Sleepy, have you ever even had real Canadian maple syrup? The amount of people in the world that have never tried real maple, I feel like is higher than I thought it'd be. You've not? Yeah, it's different from what it's different from what the kind of maple syrup you get in like the bottle, the Aunt Jemima shit or whatever. Pancake syrup. It's not real maple. Ella still likes that. She prefers the Aunt Jemima shit over like real Canadian maple syrup. I can't stand it. It's you know, it's not that I can't stand it. It's fine. It's obviously very sweet. It's good. It's like fucking liquid candy, but it ain't it, man. It ain't the Canadian maple. Shameful Miss Betty syrup. Never heard of that brand. Buy something from America or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it's so funny that like so many people eat like maple flavored syrup. It's like wasabi. Like the amount of people who've had real wasabi is probably like of people who think they've eaten real wasabi is probably like low single digit. It took me 3 trips to go to Japan before I tried real wasabi. Because even in Japan they use fake wasabi. Green horseradish sauce. Real wasabi's crazy. You think you've had it and you haven't. Same thing's true with maple, I think. Yeah. What's a Charlord? Only have what Jamaica offers me. Damn. There's no Canadian import stores in Jamaica. Dang it. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought you'd be so barren living in one of the most beautiful places in the world? Oh well. Yeah, I mean, I described like real maple syrup. If you haven't had it, it is... It tastes very similar to maple flavored syrup, like pancake syrup. But I'd say the big difference is it lacks a richness that I think is comparable in some ways to honey. Like real honey has like a richness to it. A like unexplainable part of it that you're like, oh shit. You know, like if you have like a syrup, like sugar syrup, like corn syrup or whatever like that, it's like, oh, it's sweet. But honey is like, has something to it, has like a richness to it. Now, even if you hate honey, that's the thing, is that it's got like this like organic, natural quality to it. And so maple syrup is kind of like that. So it's like pancake syrup, but it's more rich and has something, I don't know, proper to it, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. It's not like it tastes like honey or anything. Similar quality, maybe. I don't know. We tried maple root beer made by Sprecher. So good out of Wisconsin. No, we don't usually get a lot of like American soda companies up here in Canada. Smaller ones like that, especially. No idea. Nope. Unfortunately not. Like my cousin that we met up with in Saskatchewan, because she came home as well. She's from Saskatchewan. She brought us a bunch of American soda. So we got like all sorts of crazy American Dr. Pepper flavors and fucking Zero Baja Blast and whatever. It was great. But we don't even have that in Canada. Our soda selection in Canada is very, very lean. Very lean. Soda's not as massive of a part of the Canadian sort of like sweet staple diet, I think, as it is in the US. And it's pretty popular. I had no idea how pervasive it was in the US. Like, I didn't know there's people, unironically, that only drank soda and didn't drink water. But, like, last time I said this on stream, like, half of chat was like, oh, I got an aunt like that. Or like, oh, yeah, my brother doesn't do that or whatever. Or like, yeah, who drinks water when you have, like, Coke Zero or whatever? You know what I mean? I didn't realize it was so, like, widespread. But I think I underestimated soda culture in the US. I think I severely underestimated soda culture. Because, like, in Canada, you are considered to be, like, a soda addict if you have, like, a can of soda a day. Right? That's like, oh, you're a serious soda drinker, man. And so I'll usually have, like, maybe a can of soda 5 days a week. Like, I drink a lot of it. All zero, because I like zero soda, you know? So I'll drink, like, a can of soda most days of the week. With dinner or some shit like that, or as a snack or something like that. But, and I thought that was a lot. It is a lot amongst people I know. But I had no idea that there were people out there. And it seems like a very common thing to hear from the Americans. Is that everybody's got an aunt that drinks, like, like goes through, you know, 6 packs of cigarettes and 3 cases of soda a day or whatever, you know? Local honey's great. Plus, it helps with the allergies. Ooh. It does, doesn't it? Pressure is a fire brewed soda company. Sell a lot of stuff in local Menards. Wait, what's that? They're based in Wisconsin too, so they sell them to them. Yeah, it makes sense actually. That sounds good though. I like root beer. I really like root beers. Mr. Colbert was supposed to bring me some root beer, but he forgot. And I showed him some root beer. He was not impressed with Canadian root beers. Nope, he didn't like it. He said, Evan, I'm not coming back to Canada anymore because of this. I said, I'm sorry. Jeez, man. I just drink 14 bottles of strawberries and cream at work today alone. Really? Actually? Damn, bro. Like the Dr. Pepper? Oh, yeah. Okay. We got 1 case of the Dr. Pepper Zero strawberries and cream. Tried it. She brought some to Canada last time she was here, and it was good. I was like, damn, bro, you guys are living the high life there. So she bought us 6 cases of soda, various Dr. Pepper Zeros and Baja Blast Zero, but it's all caffeinated. So I have to have it in the morning. Like this morning, if I need caffeine, sometimes I'll have a zero soda. If I'm not feeling like a caffeine supplement, I just want something little, whatever. Occasionally I'll have that, you know, around stream time or whatever. So, that's what I had with some like Pepsi Blue shit, which was pretty good, pretty cool. But now we have, I guess, more caffeinated sodas. They have a lot of caffeine. They have like almost like 40 milligrams of caffeine in a Dr. Pepper. So that's enough for me for a lot of days if I ever want it. We have water stores. People sell bagged water while selling bagged juice. Really? Bagged water and bagged juice. Makes sense, I guess. By 7 cases at a time, our work vendor is pissed that I don't leave any for normal customers. Oh man. Oh. Well, I guess they can get bent. Yeah, so there's just not a huge demand for it in Canada, you know? I guess it's part of the problem is that if they like brought out these like flavors and shit to Canada, we just like wouldn't drink them as much. If they're expecting people to buy like, you know, like more than a case a week or something like that. Like a case a week would be like a lot for us to go through, probably, for anybody I know. I only actually know one guy that doesn't drink water, and he was in the hospital recently because his fucking stomach exploded and it stopped stomaching and he almost died. Now he drinks water, by the way. Yeah, he used to only drink soda and beer. He never drank water, ever. We went to Japan with him. I love him to death. He's my homeboy. We even went, I love him enough that I went to Japan with him. I never go on trips with friends, ever. You have to be like a real close friend for me to go somewhere in the world on a vacation trip, whatever, with you. And he's that homie. And we're in Japan and we're like, yo, it's so hot out here. You want to drink, bro? He's like, nah, they only got water here. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, they only have water here. I'm like, what did you want? Like an electrolyte, like a Pocari Sweat? He's like, no, I just don't drink water. I was like, I thought that was a joke. He's like, no, I can't stand water. I don't drink it. Like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, that's not a joke, man. I wasn't kidding about that. I only drink water and beer. Or sorry, beer and soda. Like, are you fucking crazy, man? He's like, yeah, I'll be fine. Then I find out he's in the hospital almost dying. Like, literally almost dying. A miracle he survived. He's like, yeah, I gotta drink water now. It's not so bad once you get used to it. I'm like, yeah, I know. So even the one guy I know that was the most soda consuming individual I've ever met, even he now drinks water. So I don't know anybody like that anymore. You website for the soda company so you can order some if you want. It's worth it. That sounds good, actually. I might see what shipping to Canada is usually pretty obscene, but if it isn't, fuck, maybe I'll ask my cousin to bring some next time she comes up. So I can order shit to her and then she like brings it up with her. So that'd probably be easier, but I'll check it out, man. Appreciate it. Jamaican sun and coming from school in your heavy uniform is different. Case of soda lasts almost a month here. Yeah, right? Probably not as long here. We probably drink more than you do. You know. I only drink, oh yeah, I'm only supposed to drink VB long necks at 28 in the morning. Get that up there. Well, DC, I made too many VB long necks jokes, and now he doesn't want to come to my stream anymore. So we currently don't have any Australian viewers to mock with VB, specifically the VB long neck. So I'll have to keep waiting, Atari. I'll have to keep waiting. We'll find one. We'll get them. May not be bad as it's a border state. No, the thing is, anytime you have to order anything from Canada or from the US to Canada, it's very expensive. American companies do not like shipping to Canada. It's expensive. They don't get like all the discounts and stuff for shipping US. Like, I had this joke for the longest time that I wanted America to invade Canada so that we could get Canadian or American shipping and American Amazon Prime. And then it wasn't funny for like a good 5 months this year. It stopped being funny this year for various reasons that we won't get into, but it stopped being funny for a while. So I'm hoping that joke's funny again. I liked it. No, it's like there's also import fees and stuff. You know, like I ordered a necklace for Ella last year or the year before. It was $100, and it was $30 for shipping. And then when it got to me, I had to pay what's it in American? $50. So it's like, I'm so fucking done with buying stuff from the US and like paying for the shipping rates and whatnot. It's just the worst. It's just the worst, man. If they don't have a Canadian store, like the Pokemon Center opened up a Canadian branch, and that's awesome. So I can order shit from there if I want to for Ella or whatever. But like, it's just not, you know, doesn't hit. To buy soda from that company, I'm guessing would be a $30 shipping price to Canada. It would likely be $30. Just being real. So probably be funny for another couple of years. Nah, it'll be funny soon enough. I think people are warming up to it again. There's no more threats of annexation. So yeah, maybe like the olden days in Canada again. Sorry, man. I've never gotten free shipping from anything from the US. Awful. I live in the worst country. God, just let me get my sodas from the US for an inexpensive price, please. Only buy stuff from Pandora and Amazon for a decent rate without getting roaded into the ground on shipping. Holy man. Every time you go to the shipping section for buying anything, it's just fucking eat pavement. I could show you guys with my my PO box address and just show you how much shipping is for shit, but it's probably always like 30 to 40 bucks. There's just a lot of soda types, but I suggest normal root beer, maple root beer, cream soda, and orange dream soda. I do like me a cream soda. I find that they don't ever make like zero cream sodas, and I just can't justify the calories in soda right now. Not while I'm cutting. Like I slipped pretty hard on the weekend because like I'm visiting Ella's family, and her mom makes like banana pie, or sorry, her grandma makes like a banana pie, and I'm already at like 200 over my calories. I'm not gonna say no to fucking grandma's banana pie in the name of keeping on to my fucking diet. You know, so like I don't know. I don't want to weigh myself for another week. I'm gonna get myself a real hard week and like of super cut to hopefully get back to where I was and not see too much damage or whatever. But it's just never worth like real soda's never worth the calories for me, like ever. Honestly, the next time I intend on drinking real soda is literally on Halloween when I make butterbeer for Ella and I. That's the next time I plan on drinking a non-zero soda. So how's cutting going? It's going well. I'm down about 23 pounds, which is less than I wanted to be down since May. So hopefully I'm not as round in the chin, but I'm still not losing it off the midsection yet. So we'll keep going. I'm not going to end my cut like I did in October. I'm actually going to try and go for a cut until finish. I'm not like normally I stop my cut in around October. For the last 2 years of doing this, I stop my cut in October, and then I usually put on another 10 pounds during the winter while I'm like trying to get strong, because like you lose a ton of strength when you lose this much weight, and you lose like 40 pounds a year. You lose strength, or over summer, it's rough. So I'm not going to do it this year. I'm not going to end the cut until I'm done, unless I go for probably like. Everyone's different, but I like the research data that suggests that an 8-week hard cut is about the longest you should do, and then you can kind of maintain for about 2 weeks. So I'll keep cutting until October, and then I'll do probably 2 weeks off, and then I'll go again and probably do 6 weeks on, 2 weeks off through the year until I'm hopefully like done. I hate being hungry and miserable all winter. I can barely stand it in the summer. Winter's intolerable. So Did you make low-cal root beer? Yeah, one of the sodas that I like that's zero is A&W has a zero root beer, which is pretty good. Caffeine-free too, so I can have it with like dinner or something like that, which is kind of nice. Kind of nice. So yeah, man. Hopefully be done real quick. Be staircased, like the body adjusting without a refeed is real. Yeah, yeah. Probably good that I took the weekend off, basically. Probably decent. I definitely didn't do maintenance, or definitely went over. Oh my god, the fucking banana pie. Ugh. And Elle's Grandma made lemon tarts. Man, oh man. I get it. I get it. I never understood or related to the whole grandma's cooking thing. Because I didn't have grandmothers that cooked. Really? I'd hear the whole grandma's cooking ideas and whatnot. That was not a thing in my family. One grandma did not cook. The other grandma cooked twice a year for Christmas and Easter, and that was it. So I never had an affection for that or whatever related to that. But ooh, summer sweets, man, they got me. Wow, it's back up. That's early. It's only 1 in the afternoon. I'm expecting to be down until fucking 3 p.m. tomorrow. And go have fun, man. Should be a good patch. Have a bunch of mats saved up, so I think I'll hit the auction house and make a couple million gold like I do every patch, and then you know, we'll see if I play it all this this one around. Probably not. Well, no, patches are a long time. I probably will, but it's not for a month or so. So that's fine. Seems like a cool patch too. Really want to see the raid. See what's going on, man. I miss Warcraft, dude. I miss Warcraft so bad sometimes. Sometimes I think about it late at night. Yep. Quietly in my slumber chamber, awaiting the merciful grip of sleep to release me from the burdens of the day. My mind will dance with visions of loot and perps, of new mounts. I'll wake up the next day and have 4 gourd. All the ethereals, and we get to fight the Void Lord in the raid. Yeah, it looks good. Looks real good. I think it would be a good one. A good patch to round out an overall mediocre expansion. Flavor-wise. Apparently the expansion was really good raid-wise and stuff. I don't know. Play competitively anymore. But glad we get to do something cool like ethereals. Emerald Dream to end last expansion. Meh. Meh. Meh 0.5. In fact. No, strong words. Ashton won't tell me what he's working on either right now for WoW. He's doing something on the WoW team, but I don't know what. I don't know what, man. We gotta stretch, bro. We gotta stretch. Okay. Time to finish this up. I'm feeling the need recently to play some games. So I bought the DLC for MechWarrior 5. Played the first mission of it yesterday. It was real nice, man. Really good. I think the MechWarrior games are actually, the new MechWarrior games are actually really good. Kind of disappointed that it's underappreciated. You have to really like that kind of old school micro bits to get into MechWarrior, I think, but the new one's really good. It's like really narrative, and I don't know. I can love MechWarrior. I can love BattleTech. I can love that shit, dude. One of my dreams in life should be to do some art for BattleTech or MechWarrior. Like Catalyst or Piranha or whatever. Do an illustration of an Atlas or something. Or a Mauler. I want to do... So if we need to do a floating out in the background, I don't want to do this. New legendary cloak. Ooh, it's a new legendary cloak. That's cool. Got a big fancy belt and now a cloak. Oh, man, they're giving us gear for free here. I think I was gonna try. Holy. I'll just wait until I can buy all my gear from fucking crafting. That's what I'll do. Get the set pieces and recraft everything I need. I don't know, I should play this patch. Last hurrah for the expansion. Before midnight. Evolve over time and work their way into a hood connected to it too. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I didn't know anything about that shit. That's neat. Well, I probably won't be able to touch much of it until September. I got students now, hey? I got little peepos that I gotta take care of. I got my little art mentorship starting. Yeah. Told them late summer, and guess what? It's fucking late summer now. I got my little peepos that I need to worry about and work hard for. I'm gonna give them little projects and send them off on their way, and oh yeah, man. Depending on how much I like this, I might start doing mentorships as well, like Steve Sketches does. Power-wise, give you access to something called phase diving, letting you become ethereal in nature and shift into another plane of magic. Oh, I saw that for quests and shit. I didn't know it was connected to a cloak. I thought it was like, okay, that's rad. Cool. Yeah, I know, Guapo. I can't screw this up, bro. Be teaching the first little art peepos. Super basic stuff. My intent for the mentorship is to instill more culture than teach skills. Because the thing is that, like, you know, it's one of the things that nobody wants to talk about for art education is that you don't actually need to learn a skill from anybody. You learn every skill you need to learn through the resources that are available. If you want to learn painting, there's a book. If you want to learn color theory, there's a book. If you want to learn technique, there's a video, there's a tutorial, there's whatever. The thing that I feel like the majority of kind of the self-taught community is missing is they're missing the instillment of culture on how to do this. So it's kind of like if you know how to speak and read a language a little bit, you can get better. There's a breakpoint. The breakpoint is, can you read, let's just say for Japanese, can you read manga? Okay. If you can read manga, you can get the story down for the most part, and you have to look up a new word once in a while, but you understand the syntax, you understand like the basic vocabulary, whatever. You can have basic conversational Japanese. You can look up any word you don't know. And you learn how to do that. You learn how to look up stuff you don't know. But with art, I feel like that's like the biggest thing, the biggest benefit that you get from art school in a ways is like learning how to learn. And that's the thing that the community doesn't get. So I'm going to try and teach my little peepo students how to learn and instill them with the culture of learning so that it normalizes the things that are good habits and good behaviors to be able to learn stuff. I'm obviously going to teach them a couple things. They asked for some painting stuff and some color theory stuff and some technical, you know, whatever. But a lot of it's going to be, yeah, like culture. Like, here's how to do this. Here's how to learn this skill. We're going to go through the process of learning it together. You know? And I think I might have selected like to I partly have a hypothesis though with like teaching and stuff like that and art students. I might have selected the wrong students for that because they might be too good and they might be too serious. I might need to try this again with people who are like very, very much like beginner. Not because their fundamental skills aren't good enough, but because they're not serious about it. Right? Selected you? Yeah. If you want to do an art mentorship, Guapo, I got you, bro. I got you. I'll take you on in the fall, alright? After I'm done with my summer students, you can be my first fall course, alright? If you want it, I'll reserve a slot for you. How many slots are there, Evan? I don't know, however many I feel like. How much does it cost, Evan? Nah, nothing. This sounds pretty sketchy at best, right, Evan? Yeah, more or less. There's some terrifying truths about like learning art that I'm gonna try and disprove, and I might need to select students that are more introductory to disprove these truths that I'm starting to sort of realize are truths. They're well accepted in the art community, but I reject and resent them. So we'll see how it goes. Regardless of what I get out of it, I think that Minnie and Alf will probably get quite a bit out of it, and they'll probably be doing pretty well because they're very serious and very committed to it. So mentorship sounds like something could be really fun, but I feel like I'd be too nervous. I mean, like to mentor somebody or to like take a mentorship with somebody. Because definitely I feel a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious about having like students kind of like looking to me as their like the person to teach them basically all the skills. Like I could do damage if I'm not careful. That's one of the reasons why I never teach, is because I could do damage. Bad teaching can do damage, and I see this all the time on YouTube. I see bad art instructors teaching skills, feign teaching when they're really making engagement on YouTube, and like, what's the word? Because it's grifting isn't quite the word, but it's actually pretty close, isn't it? I see it all the time. I see art teachers teaching you how to do something and teaching you bad habits that actually set you back in your career. Because people don't want to learn the right way. They don't want to learn the difficult, like, actual skill. They want to be told the easy thing. Right? Like, you know what's one of the most dangerous things you can tell somebody? You're fine just the way you are. You tell an artist that, and they believe you, you've condemned them to death. You've condemned them to death. But that's not what people want to hear. A lot of people want to hear, hey man, you're doing your best, you're doing enough, you are enough, you're fine just the way you are. That's absolutely not true. Are you able to make a living off your art? No. Do you want to? Yes. Okay, there you go. Then you're not fine the way you are. You could be better, and I will help you be better, right? But you know, so you get a lot of that on YouTube. You also get a lot of like, here's the trick for how to color your stuff faster, not here's the like necessary information on how to color. So it's really damaging. It's really, in some cases, kind of sinister, or in maybe pernicious even. But hey man, gets the clicks, I guess. Make the vid, get them clicks, get the ad rev, cash it in. Whatever, dog. There are lots of good teachers on YouTube though. Proco, Modern Day James, like a lot of really, really high quality teachers. Dave Greco. made a new video recently. First time in like a year and a half or whatever. I didn't watch it yet. I'm curious what kind of stuff he's going to be making though. We shall see.
I've just woken from a nap, so short.
Good morning,
prayer,
Fox. Hello.
Bless us this day, O God
Yes.
of art and muses.
Good.
PLS.
Yep. Yep, amen. Thanks for the bits, Fox. How you doing, bro? How was your week, Fox? What'd you do? Did you go to Gamecon? Gencon? That one. That con. Yeah, what the hell, man? This camera was there. You had no internet. Oh no. Oh no, dude. How are you gonna play Uma Musume? How are you gonna play the Sims Online MMO combat PvP? No internet? Sag. I'm sorry to hear that, Fox. Sounds rough. Sounds rough. But hey, clearly it's back. That's great, I guess. I checked my anime horse girl still today, actually. Oh, okay. Well. Oh, I forgot to do my daily pull when Ashley was here earlier. Fuck, man. I didn't do my daily pull all weekend. I was too busy. I completely forgotten about it. The only thing I remember to do on my phone while we were in Saskatchewan was to play Pocket Monster Go. Occasionally. If I'll stray far away from the one trick will literally make you DaVinci in 2 weeks type of clickbait. I'm not sitting through a 10-minute video. I know 15-year-old deviant art tutorials will teach me infinitely more valuable techniques. Yeah. I don't even think the 15-year-old DeviantArt tutorials are that good. Because they're still condensed too much. They're still way too condensed. You can't condense skills into a DeviantArt tutorial. Fortunately. So even the stuff that's like really good ArtStation videos or DeviantArt tutorials from 15 years ago or whatever, they're still not good enough for developing skills properly. Which sucks, because, like, where do you go then if you don't have a mentor? Or if you don't have, like, formal training or a team or whatever? What do you do? I don't know if I have a great solution for it, you know? My friends are from Saskatchewan before coming to the US. Well, good for them for getting out. That place is a dump. Holy shit. That entire province is a fucking sty. Get into Saskatoon, I'm like, how is this worse than Edmonton? Oh my god. Like, I knew it was worse than Edmonton. And, like, I know that Winnipeg's also somehow worse than Saskatoon or Regina. Fucking Canadian cities, man. You're like, oh shit, I'm living in, like, one of the top 5. Oh god, and it's awful. I need to make more money and go move to Vancouver. Holy fuck, bro. Very close friends of those from your area and have considered moving back fairly regularly. Oh, really? Like, I think we live in a like Ella and I live in a great place, especially like South Alberta is fine. It's great. It's fine. It's not bad. It's good for a lot of reasons. It's like one of the best places to live in the country, I think. But even then, I still need to get out of here because of the weather changes. They're just wreaking havoc on Ella. I can't have that. Can't have my wife being at the mercy of the weather. But probably if I didn't live in Alberta, BC would be the place that I want to live. And if it wasn't Alberta or BC, like if I couldn't live in BC, I'd take Alberta second. If I couldn't live in Alberta, I don't know. Maybe Ontario or Quebec next. Be tough. Be really tough. Wouldn't want to live in the Maritimes. Sorry, love the people there, but the place kind of fucking sucks. It's tough. A lot of drugs, a lot of bad shit happening out there, and like Halifax is not the same city it was 15 years ago. I don't know, maybe okay. Probably okay anywhere if you try hard enough. If you do your best. As much as I think Edmonton's a dump, if I couldn't live in or like close to Calgary, if I could, like for big cities, close to or in Calgary. I don't live in Calgary, I was close to Calgary. Ish, anyway. Edmonton would probably be one of the second, like, choices for me anyway. Even though that place fucking sucks. There's so much industry there, man. People are coping about the culture. If you're a hockey fan, it's pretty good. If you love hockey, it's probably pretty good. Definitely a hockey town. Okay, man. We're almost done with this, I think. We'll do the bottom side of our little island here. Because I want to, alright? Awesome. Really move from Paris region. I'm attached to our public transport system as bad as it is, and I can go place for 2 doubloons and a half. Yeah, I mean, whenever I'm in like Tokyo, I get spoiled by the public transport. So good. Brain, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Yeah, I get that. You're used to the whatever the metro system is where you live. You live off it. It is nice to have your own vehicle and have the freedom, though, to go where you want. It sucks, like where I grew up in Calgary, you had to have your own vehicle. Had to. You could not get around with public transportation if you wanted to. It was impossible. Like going to school. Once I was in high school, basically everyone had a car that I knew. We didn't have nice cars. I mean, I had the nicest car of anybody I knew by a fucking mile. Holy shit, I had that Trans Am. Let's go. But, you know, you had to make it work. You're one of the poor bus kids. You were somehow poorer than me, and I was pretty fucking poor. And that wasn't great. It was subpar. Not ideal. Well, that's the nature of the city I grew up in, so. Okay, man. Do a little island temple here. This is gonna be an important place for nights, so have to have it drawn. Early part of Steve's request. You know, get way too anxious to even learn to drive, let alone actually drive. Really? And my parents have their permit or a car, so I'm just not used to it. Oh no, you chill out. Like everyone is super anxious to learn how to drive when they're young. If you've never done it before, it's like definitely really nerve-wracking when you realize that you could, like, you know, cause massive amount of debt, damage, whatever, or, you know, get hit and fucking plow through your windshield. But when you realize exactly how easy it is to drive and like avoid the danger, it's super fun. It's really fun. Because the stakes are so high, people are really nervous about it. But once you sort of get past that initial little bit and you see that it's not actually that nerve-wracking, it starts becoming really fun really quick, I think. You get to go places, you get the freedom to get your own car. Oh yeah, dude. You have to be real dumb or complacent or something to get in to like cause an accident. University possibly going to give us a way to get our learners. Ooh, cool, man. That's kind of weird, but I like that. Well, it's important to learn to drive at some point in time, I think. Important skill to have. You don't want to be stuck somewhere in need of getting your ass out there. The only way out is a manual Toyota Land Cruiser. Where would you be needed a manual Toyota Land Cruiser, Evan? I don't know, in the fucking Sahara. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, man. I haven't thought this through that much. Around a giant 1-ton death machine seems so nerve-wracking. Well, it isn't a death machine. It's only a death machine if you're dumb. So the way I feel about it, like, MX, have you ever had to do any farm work? Or cooking? Farm work or cooking, you know? And you got, like, farm implements. A shovel, a pitchfork, for cooking, a knife, a fork. You're holding something that if you do something wrong with, you could theoretically end yourself on. You take that knife, you hold it towards you, and you run down your fucking hallway and you trip, yeah, you're dead. That's kind of the way that I look at driving. Like, a lot of people hear about the really bad accidents people have, the careful whatever, you know, oh my god, I can't believe this thing happened to so and so. Look how bad it is. Look how like monstrous this event is. But to be honest, if you're with it and you're paying attention to shit, you're fine. You're fine. Just because you're dealing with something that can theoretically be dangerous doesn't mean that you can't like learn how to. Maybe scissors or a kitchen knife is, you know, anxiety inducing for some people. That's the way I sort of reference it. That's the feeling you have when you learn to drive. That's the problem sometimes, though, is people get too comfortable, and then they create a problem. Then they get into some shit because they get as comfortable as they are with their kitchen knife. Then you get complacent. You get comfortable, you get complacent, you start playing with your phone while you're driving, you start going down the highway looking for directions, and you get your little app out there. You start futzing with your YouTube video because you want to listen to a different fucking Mr. Beast challenge video. You start doing some shit with that, that's when you get... Yep. It seems much more manageable. Maybe I'll try someday, but it's nice that it's not a do or die situation, like if I lived in the countryside. Totally. Yeah, 100%. It's also a little more dangerous if you are in a city than the countryside, too. So, the places that you need to drive are often more, you know. But, yeah, anytime that, like... Yeah, there's been very rarely do I see an accident happen where I'm like, ooh, what a tragedy. That person just got unlucky. It's always like, so-and-so did some stupid shit. A friend of mine died in a car accident years ago when I was young. A really good, really close friend of mine from high school. Well, turns out she was fucking drunk and drove the wrong way down a highway. You're like, okay. If you see the like terrible aftermath, you're like, oh my god, it's so awful. Look, driving's so dangerous. Look at how destroyed that car is. And you find out that the reason for it, you're like, oh, okay, fair enough. Sorry to hear it. I appreciate that. It was a while ago. Yeah, driving's fine. I understand why it's nerve-wracking, though. Like, Ella and I have friends that refuse to drive because they're just too anxious about it, and it's like, sure, we'll drive you places. But even if you don't want to drive because it's too anxiety-inducing, I think it's still important to learn to drive, right? So, like, just because you get your license doesn't mean you gotta go drive around, you know? But, like, if you're at the family barbecue and mom has a fucking heart attack and the ambulances are dealing with a fire downtown and you got to get mom to the hospital yourself, and there's only a pickup truck between you and there, and you're like, never learned how to drive. That to me that's pretty bad. So it can be absolutely anxiety inducing. You don't ever want to drive, which is totally fair, but I still think people should learn to drive at least once. That's unfortunately where our world's set up. Ooh, unless we get drones. Day we get drones? Fuck that shit, man. I'm getting my beach chair drone to take me everywhere. Holy, man. Get that Amazon delivery drone to take me across the street to get some Pizza Hut. Yo. Okay, never mind. Fuck driving. We got drones. Alright. Temple of... I don't have a name of this temple. But it's there. Trust me. The temple has a name. You like driving either, Rachel? Yeah. That's fair. A lot of people don't. That's a plot point of Wall-E. That actually is, isn't it? Oh, they get their little fat people hover scooters, don't they? Yeah, dude. They're like the Walmart scooter users, but like on a whole nother sci-fi level, man. Damn, bro. I forgot about that. I love how many more scooters I see in the US. Like, the Disneyland scooters are the best. They're the best. I want a scooter so bad. Oh. I think I want to walk around Disneyland. Come on, man. I'll carry a fucking bag and a backpack. I'll put that in my scooter basket. Oh, well. Time to either get fatter or older. Then I'll have a Disneyland scooter. You know? Car takes the tail driving test twice. Oof. Yeah, that's tough, man. Got an accident by moving into the wrong lane. She decided the universe is trying to tell her something. She takes the bus down. Fair enough. Fair enough. And, like, that's the thing, that even if she didn't make her driver's test, that's totally fair. At least she knows how to drive, in theory. And you can put her behind a car, steering wheel, and be like, hey, you gotta go here for, like, some life-dependent thing. And she's like, okay, I could do that. You know? That happened, like, so it was, I wasn't there, but it happened to somebody in my family where they got injured when they were out hiking real bad. Like, real bad. And they had to drive back into cell reception, which was about a half hour, and the person they were with didn't know how to drive, so he sat behind the wheel. He's like, what do I do? What do? And it was actually almost a pretty bad situation, but like in that case, like you're, you know, that's the thing, like you still learn to drive if you know your license. You'll kind of know what to do behind the wheel of the vehicle. Yeah, the fucking hover chair things, right? Don't let weight or age keep you from your dreams. Get that scooter. You're right. What am I doing not getting a scooter when I'm in Disneyland? I just have disability, dude. Fuck. What if I could get that? I could, like, ask my doctor. I'm like, can I get a handicap sticker? He's like, why? I'm like, just for the weekend so I can go to Disneyland and get a scooter. He'd probably think it's funny and roll his eyes and be like, okay, fine. Here's your handicap sticker. You don't fucking use that shit to drive with, you piece of shit. You get it for a whole year. You use it for Disneyland, and that's it. All right? I bet he would. I bet he would for memes. Alright, you little bastard. Here's your fucking handicap sticker. Maybe you don't need one to get a scooter in Disneyland. Maybe we just ask. What are you gonna do? Say no? Yeah. Let's try this next time I'm there.
Some stream history for the noobs.
Yes.
I met Evan on r/cigarettes in 2011.
Oh God. Okay.
We were making fun of everyone there, among the first to do. We moved to MSN and I hacked his account. He loved my sweet click-clack hacker moves. I went to visit him and Ella in the sexy part of Canada in 2012. We hacked Prime Minister Harper's
2012.
computer and I got deported.
Wow. Oh, was that our Prime Minister at the time, Harper? Wow, geez, man. That's what got you deported? Damn. If you guys didn't know, Guapo is, he's a cowboy that ranches in Mexico, and he enters curly boot competitions. If you don't know what that is, you ever seen them long ass curly cowboy boots they wear down in the south? Like, people don't realize that this is actually a picture of Guapo. So that's where he is now. Yeah, he got deported from Canada for hacking, and now he has to have the curliest boots in all the land. Look at that stud. Look at that fucking stud right there. Look at these. Look at these. Oh my god, damn. Only the curliest of boots for my Guapo. Look at how curly that is, man. He's never been brave enough to do the full curl, to do the full loop. So they say that he'll be the first. Yep, that of the Mexican pointy boots, he will be the one with the curliest of them all. They will go back so far, they actually become regular pointed boots. Crazy, man. Crazy. You gotten taller since then, yeah. He's asked for the scooter in Disneyland Railroad. They ask you a bunch of questions to determine if you need it, that's all? How fat do you have to be for them to walk, for you to walk in? They're like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Like, could I pass? I'm still pretty round. I'm down 20 this summer, but I'm still pretty round. I wonder if I could pass. What do you mean they're tribal boots? I mean, the internet says they're Mexican pointy boots, so. You ask Guapo, he's the expert here. You're so naive. Sorry, Sleepy. Don't listen to anything Guapo says. Whatever Guapo TTS is some shit, you know he's just, you know Guapo's full of it. God, the only reason I let that go through is because there wasn't just a raid. It's because it's a quiet first day back, first stream back after being back in Canada. Or Canada, oh my god, I'm so cooked. I didn't fucking leave Canada, I left Alberta. I don't like leaving Canada. How were their roads better? Like 5 people live in that province. Why aren't their fucking better? It was the worst. Alright. Alright. I think we're good. We got it done. We got our little paintings done. Getting back in the swing of things. Alright, man. Good first day back. I think that's about it. We finished our project. So tomorrow I think we'll be doing some portraiture. So be good. Be good to get today's just kind of easing back into things, and tomorrow we'll be back into the full swing of things. Got 2 projects I want to complete tomorrow. So should be good. But thanks for chilling me, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a little while today. I'm getting back in the groove of it. But anyway, I want to hear more about Gencon. So for those of you who went to Gencon, tell me your stories, tell me your tales tomorrow on stream, all right? And I will tell you some more stories of the beaches and all the things that I did in Saskatchewan tomorrow, because there's stories, man. There's some stories. But I'm glad the microphone was better. So hopefully recording videos should be good. I'm glad you guys didn't notice until I said anything. That's kind of nice, actually. There wasn't a massive drop in quality. So time for me to start my ASMR career. My D&D ASMR, where I DM at you for 8 hours on YouTube. That would get me the watch hours. Yo, that would get me watch hours, wouldn't it? Okay, never mind. Bad Evan. All right, thanks for chilling me today, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow. And until next time, get ready for the Orbathon. September. All September, all Orbathon. That's right. But until next time, my friends, farewell.